These pop stars try popping in, and they getting pop for real. I ain't tryna build, I was tryna lead a meal. Getting to it before I hopped up off the block. I was still going through it, friends doing pills, and came faster than it should've. I was Buddy Hill, shooting at a pace soon as I pull up, dropping buckets. Hey, yeah, like it's nothing. In the kitchen chopping onions. Yeah, tears falling down. Underdog is finally overcoming, cause I'm dropping buckets. Yeah, like it's nothing. Ayy, earn my respect and burn a budget. Ayy, tears falling down. Underdog is finally overcoming, baby. Yeah, I'm dropping buckets. Drop some cash for me, don't worry about my past for me. I'm driving with no gasoline, this life I live's a fantasy. Yeah, I do this for my dogs, all my day ones and my family. My life gon' live through them if I end up in any tragedies. I hope y'all understand this shit got bigger cause it had to be. I always knew I had it, but just not at this capacity. I recognize the gravity, closer to the summit, stacking chips and counting nuggets. I've been stunting, baby, cause I'm dropping buckets. Ayy, yeah, like it's nothing. Ayy, in the kitchen chopping onions. Ayy, tears falling down. Underdog is finally overcoming, cause I'm dropping buckets. Ayy, yeah, like it's nothing. Ayy, earn my respect and burn a budget. Ayy, tears falling down. Underdog is finally overcoming, baby, cause I'm dropping buckets. Earn my respect and burn a budget. Tears falling down. Underdog is finally overcoming, baby, cause I'm dropping buckets. Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher. Fuck the comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Quick to sever, however, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Ay, getting fed up, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking
Stick
about.
around when we hold it down, look at what we found. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These motherfuckers on the road, where the hell they learn to drive? Jive turkeys at my job, about to get a cool, cold, mean five. Should've took the day off, might slap my boss. pissing me off as if I hadn't had enough. Chipotle, fuck my goddamn order up. I'm fed up, I'm fed up, I'm fed up. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bartender, don't you see me waving you down? This guy came after me, I was here first, but you serving him rounds. No, I bought the Uber here, my friends expecting me to buy it back. Tomorrow morning, I better get a cash app, or every last one of you motherfuckers getting slapped. Bet that. Whoa, I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woke up this morning with these thoughts in my head. The world would be better off if I just stayed my ass in bed. Whoa, I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait. What's going on here? Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop?
Yes, it is.
It's the barbershop.
Yes.
Wait, I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all
You
right.
gotta tell who the park down.
It ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Why you gotta tell?
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the news it fits some lucid shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah, there's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
What's up, ladies? Can you hear me, Arvane?
Yeah, man. I hear you. What's going on, man?
What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Barbershop, guys. As you can see, I'm in a different place, right? I came to this concert with my kids here at the church, okay? So I am here in the back in the conference room, and I am here to do Barbershop because I have a commitment to the network, because the network is the network. And I got R Payne here. He has a commitment to the network. He told me, hey, man, I'm not feeling well, but I was planning on making this show tonight. So, guys, thank you for being here. If this is your first time here, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this content because we create content all the time, all the time. Also, guys, if you want to give to the network, don't tell me you love me, show me you love me. Go ahead and hit the Cash App, go ahead and hit the Super Chat. We would love to have that because it costs to be the boss. All right. And I am honeymoon happy and peacock proud, man, to be on the network, to speak with you guys every day that I am on and every show that comes on this show to represent that. All right. Now we got the stripper mister in the building tonight. Yours truly. He brings the pain because he's our pain. Our pain. What's going on tonight, man? I know you're feeling a little down. But
Nah, man.
other than that,
Cool.
how you feeling, brother?
That's all right, man. Another day, hanging out. Family's cool. All that stuff is going on. I was I was looking forward to the evening, man, trying to do some more content on my channel and stuff like that. So that was
Absolutely,
a good
man.
time, getting out here. Everybody's doing their thing. So that's
Absolutely,
it.
man. So listen, there's a lot of stuff been going on, man. And I know that you are just to get an icebreaker conversation started. I know for a fact. All right, hold on. Let's do this first. Good evening. You can pull it back up. Good evening, BMU and panel. Enjoy your week. Bids are paying. Keep it up. All right. Thank you so much, Curtis Moore, for the $5 super chat, man. We appreciate you so much. I'm gonna give you a little something here, and then we'll be back to the conversation. So give me just a second. All right, let me pull this up and then we'll be right back. Here we go.
I got a red room, it's the red now when the sun sets in my bedroom. Oh, it feels like I'm inside a flower. It feels like I'm inside my eyelid. Feels like I'm inside a flower. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me just
All
say
right,
this.
man. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, man. We had to get white chocolate in here to give you some love tonight. All right. So anyway, our pain. So I want you to listen, man. I've been listening to a lot of people upset. I heard an older lady say today that y'all about to get y'all young kids, get your life right. Because before long, the way that Trump is handling his office, before long, we're all going to be back in the fields. We're
Okay.
all going to be back picking cotton. We're all going to be back on plantations. Arpain, can you please so I can show this to this person from a person your age? Can you please tell this woman, if you were sitting in front of this woman and she said this, what would you say to her, Arpain?
Yeah, but first, let me just say this. Curtis shows up on my channel every so often because I do political reactions. And so live. So he shows up every so often. So I appreciate that, Curtis. Anyway, man, listen, when I hear people talk like that, I really don't put any energy into idiots. You know what I'm saying? I think she's an idiot. And so I don't think there's any real discussions you can have with idiots. Okay. We're not going. There's nothing that Trump has done that in particular is gonna hurt black people. Nothing. None of the shit that he's doing is hurting black people. I mean, the Democrats have destroyed our communities. The liberals. I think there's nothing. We don't have any bigger enemies to the black culture than liberals. Because it's anything goes. There's no social mores. There's no religious texts. There's no governors on liberalism. That's not true for conservatives. Forget about political party, Democrats and Republicans. The liberals are for all the shit that we hate. Transgenderism, mutilating children, all this bullshit, man. Unfettered immigration. I mean, I think if we didn't have Trump derangement syndrome, people would see that really easy. So I wouldn't even talk to a woman like that. I mean, there's no reason to have a conversation with a person who talks like that. It's idiosyncrasy. I wouldn't give it any
Yeah.
power. Yeah, what's going on, Internet? That's my answer. I don't know what I'd say to her that would make any sense or would change your mind.
You know what you'll say, just like them other old dudes back in the day. Babe, please. Please, baby. Please, baby. Come on, lay on me on this couch, baby.
I,
Hold on, let me come on
I
the
would
app.
never
Hold on.
what would you say, Eda man? Where are you going? He's going. No, but I don't know if I don't know if that's the answer you're respecting. When people talk like that, BMU, I think even conversating with them gives them power that they don't deserve. Because it's ridiculous shit, man. That's how I look at it. So
So E-Man, the same question goes to you, E-Man. If you were sitting in front of an older generation and they said, Lord have mercy, Trump is in office, all the black people, he done signed things, he done said things, every black person going back to the field, we're going back to the plantation. E-Man, what would you respectfully respond, or would you just destroy them and make sure they know that they're being ignorant? What would you say?
It depends on who it is, to be honest, right? So if it's an old man, he gonna get that work. I'm just letting you know. If Arcane get to talking about that craziness, I gotta get Arcane that part. But if it's an old lady who don't know no better, I'm just gonna look at her and tell her, your time is up. Obviously, y'all ain't figured it out, and it's our time, and we gonna vote with our dollars, and we gonna choose the politicians. Y'all old people been choosing politicians for the last, you know, 50 years, and y'all niggas still talking about reparations. I mean, y'all ain't accomplished what y'all need to accomplish. So, ma'am, out of all due respect, is let us run this country the way that we run the country, and we gonna see if we can get some better results than y'all. Cause it sounds like y'all ain't that far from the field, your goddamn self, ma'am.
there you go.
So do you think, and this is for you and Arpane, either one of y'all can jump in. Do you think that the people that are saying that right now, do you think that they'll ever in life get reparations?
No, I don't. When we really start looking at reparations, people don't understand reparations, right? So now, let me be clear. Black man unfiltered. They write a check. I'm going to the motherfucking bank account for that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I'm gonna cash my check because I'm black now. So when I say that, some people think I don't want the check. I want the check. I take the check without a doubt. But what I think that people don't understand, I was having this conversation because I think that black people should get reparations, but everybody who typically got reparations in the past, you typically tie them back to the land. So the Native Americans got it because the land was taken from them, right? When you start looking at the reparations in Israel and the reparations with the Japanese, you start seeing all this, it has something to do with making right what was taken from them.
Right.
See, when we start talking about black people, they didn't take no land for us. They got free labor from us. So it's two separate, different conversations. So when people try to say everybody else got taken care of, it's because we're just in a very unique situation. Because now we're talking about you should pay us for the work that we have done and not what was taken from us, which is two different things.
I agree with that. So I did a show on your channel, BMU, about reparations. It's bullshit, right? I think there have been reparations paid back to some black families where you could trace back where land was taken from them, where property was taken from them, where certain tangible things were taken from them, and they were made whole, right? I think Evansville, some other places, right? There's some of those things, but this whole check notion is crazy, and like you said, tied to labor. If there was ever any kind of reparations, my theory in that live I've done, I just would rather not have to pay taxes for 20 years. because white man understands taxes, right? So for our labor, give me 20 years of free fucking labor, tax free labor for a job. You know what would happen? Everybody would be looking for a job. So that's what I would say. And do that for 5 generations. So after 100 years, we don't have to talk about this shit no more.
But do you think that black people be in a different situations if they had got a tax cut? Honestly,
Not tax cut, tax free. I
tax
think
free.
that I
So
think
tax free.
half
So
the
say
people, I think half the them won't understand why that would be more beneficial than a solid check.
no, no, no. I'm
Because
saying like so so. If I had a choice, let's be clear. If I had a choice, well, I can get a check cut to me, or I can get a tax cut. Without a doubt, I'd take the check. I take the check because I already understand how the white man do taxes, right? So I understand how to play his game. I would take the check, but the whole point that I'm saying is save it just for the next 500 years. Black people did not have to pay taxes or pay. Do you estimate that black people will be in a better situation?
I think that is well, I don't know. I really couldn't answer that. I think that with the right I don't want to say propaganda, with the right leadership, they would understand that not pay. Listen, I think white people understand not paying taxes more than they would understand giving somebody a check because they spend money just to find a ways to avoid paying taxes. So if I had a discussion with the power brokers, I said, listen, you don't have to cut me a check. I'd rather you just sign what's that? What's the 1040 form?
Hmm.
Reparation 1044 dash reparations. You put all your information on there, and when it says tax due, it says zero. I would love that shit, right? Because that means all your labor is free to the government because you already gave free labor to them. So they're giving it all back to you. And now
Well,
most
I
people like you would say, no, not like you, but most people would want a check because most people wouldn't know what to do with the check. You would, but you can't put most people in your head frame. Half of that
oh no,
money
but
would be.
but see, but that's the thing is, we
Well,
we gotta get
let me, let me get
we
back
do
to
got
your question. Let me answer your question.
yes sir.
I think it would do a couple of things. One, I think with the right discussions about why the taxes are better, I think people will be going to do overtime. People will be working. They wouldn't sit on their ass because now they know every dollar they work for is going to go into their accounts every single day.
I think you're wrong. I think a large
I mean,
group
I
of
could be
people.
wrong. I mean, I could be wrong.
No,
So it's not
I
really.
just think a large people are lazy, and most people say, "Hey, you know what? Like it'll benefit the people that's working, but
Well,
a
most
lot
of
of
us
people,
work though.
a lot of people won't benefit from it. Like
Yeah, but how much?
I
Give me
get
a
the
percentage,
idea of it.
man. Give
I
me the
get the
percentage of people who work to people. I think we belittle black people. Maybe 10% of people are lazy as fuck, but 90% of black folks, I think, work.
oh no, I think it's way more than 10%.
Why? You know what? When they do statistics about who lives in a poverty level, you know that black people are.
You don't have to be at the poverty level to be lazy. I know people making $100,000. Them lazy, they
But they're
lazy.
working though. But they're
No,
working though.
but then they still lazy though. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm
Like,
trying to say is, see now you misconstrue
but
because
I
you're
know I
telling
get
me
what you're
they're
saying.
lazy.
You said that since they have a job, they'll still benefit from the tax
It
exemptions,
would
right?
motivate me. I think it would motivate more people to do some shit, man, if they
I
know every
know.
dollar they make. Well,
Listen.
I mean, listen,
I
I'm not a
learned that.
demigod.
See,
You could
the
be.
whole point that I'm telling you is I learned that sometimes you can't make people happy
Well,
because if
I
they
agree. I agree with that. I
so
agree with that.
so I,
I agree with
I
that.
I think black people have to do this. This is how I feel. So if they
Okay.
write us a check or they give us this tax or whatever it is, we need to sign paperwork to say we ain't gonna talk about reparations ever again. Because I believe they give us a tax cut for the next 250, 300 years. And you know what? Your great
Yeah,
grandkids gonna be talking about goddamn reparations again. They're gonna
yeah,
be like, hey, they benefit from them tax cuts. We ain't benefit because old Papa ain't leave us nothing.
yeah.
so,
So listen,
I'm just
I
telling you,
hear
like,
you.
because it is proven. The proven is it is people who benefited from the slavery. It
Of
is people
course.
who got their 10 acres in the move. And then what we learned is, 5, 10 generations down, people forgot about that time in history where they did make some people right, And then they say, you know what we're gonna do? Let's focus on when it wasn't. It's almost like my mama told me a statement. She said she made a statement. She said it doesn't matter how good of a childhood my kids have, they still gonna point back to the bad. That's what she was
No,
telling me and my
I
sibling.
agree. We're no argument. I don't have no argument with that. That's true.
Hmm.
So I do like the idea that if we get the reparations, we can't talk about that shit no more. I
But
mean,
they
but
still will though. See,
they're not gonna pay attention to that shit either, man. Are you kidding
but
me?
that point is the point is, and this white dude told me this. He said we can't make it right.
I agree with that too.
He said we can't make it right. He said I don't care if we write checks. He said I don't care if we give them tax. All this stuff that y'all talking about. He said at the bottom of the line, you know what's going to happen? Give it 100 years. They're gonna go back to talking about what they didn't get.
I don't, no argument here. Well, first of all, I told people here on this channel before, I don't believe white people can pay us back. I think there's no paying us back for what they did. I don't think there's no way they could actually pay us back that would satisfy anybody, other than the immediate check or a tax break. But and you're right, it's not going to stop everybody from talking about it. So I hear you.
Have y'all talked about Mike the hero in Texas? Y'all ain't talked about that yet.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
no, no, we finna jump into that now.
You're gonna talk
So
about the
go,
hero,
yeah,
my
we finna
guy.
jump. Yeah, yeah.
who's the hero?
So E Man, let me ask E Man this since he brought it up. Since we go ahead and jump into this conversation right now.
Yeah.
So E Man, you know the situation that happened here in my state where I am,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and um, what do you believe um happened in this? Do you believe the young man who stabbed the young man, or do you believe the young boys were just innocent and the boy came? Because today, some news dropped today. I don't know if you know E Man. Some news dropped today that the weapon is not a knife, it was a
That tool.
cleat sharpener.
A
So
quick
it
shot.
was legal for him to have it at the track meet.
Mm. Well, I don't care if he had a 50-inch blade. It was still legal for you to protect yourself. If I see old Scam likely coming around that corner and Scam laughing, I say, Scam, stay your ass over there, Scam. And Scam bring his ass over there messing with me, putting his hands on me. I got the right to defend myself. I know this idea is the crazy part. It happened in Texas. Like this didn't happen in Seattle. This ain't happened up there in New York where they super blue. No, this happened in the state that says stand your grounds. And this black man done stood his grounds. He said, hey, chill out. He was outnumbered. Regardless if you want to argue what he should have been or what he shouldn't been. But when rain comes, people look for cover. That's what happens. They don't look and say, let me only go cover here or cover there. I strongly believe that this young man was getting bullied. That guy was trying to manhandle him, throw that little man around, and that little man said, "Hey, I need to do what I'm going to do to protect myself." He wasn't excessive. He didn't stab this dude 6, 7, 8, 9 times. He stabbed him one time, and he got away, and he didn't try to run. He didn't try to escape. He didn't try to flee. What he did is wait till the authorities to get there. And you know who I'm really disappointed with, Black Man Unfiltered? I'm really disappointed with the parents that was there. The parents, they said it was parents, it was coaches. Matter of fact, I just read a report. They said it was 3 adults underneath the tent. So they saw this going on and they didn't think, hey, you know what? Let me be an adult. Let me step into this situation and say, hey, young man, you don't supposed to be here. Can you go ahead and leave? Or hey, two twins, check this out. Let me take over it because I can see this escalate. This was a whole situation, and the parents just looked back and watched it. And so I truthfully and honestly believe that we got to tell bullies, if you don't keep your hands to yourself, you're going to get dealt with. So I'm all for the hero. I call him the hero. Everybody want to call him the villain. But I think he's the hero of a young
Mhm.
man who's willing to step up for himself. And the crazy, everybody had that kids that conversation with their black kids. Everybody tell them, hey, don't let nobody put their hands on you. Make sure you take up for yourself. Do what you got to do to protect yourself. But everybody want to make him a villain. Let me say this. Since I know him over here and I can get on my soapbox over here.
So
Hold on,
E
hold
Man,
on.
a lot of
Last thing.
so
Last
what do
thing.
you? So, E-Man, what do you say to all the men who are saying this a little punk ass kid? He ain't this. He ain't this. He a little bitch. He should have caught the fade. He should have fought both of them instead of stabbing one.
Well,
Like, what do you? Because I see a lot of these men out here saying this, bro.
yeah, they're cowards themselves. I heard unlikely. I don't know if you know. I'm gonna say his name everywhere I goddamn go. I heard unlikely
That's
start going.
exactly who I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I heard unlikely gonna make the statement talking about you win some, you lose some. You sound like a motherfucking slave talking about you gonna let some white people beat on you. Like, what are we
Who's
talking about?
unlikely?
Like, are we trying to go back to the plantation? Man, that's what our grandparents did. Came home with black eyes and stuff, talking about them white folks that jumped on them and they ain't did nothing. He is crazy out of his mind. He was outnumbered, and so that's the whole point that I want people. And notice this. This is something I know. This is what I was gonna say earlier, and I'm gonna land my plane here. When they talk about black young boys in these situations, you know what they say? That young man, that young man, that young man. I start following a white person in a similar situation. He stabbed the boy in Texas. It's same county. It's something going on. You know what they say? They say that young boy. So think about that. I know people don't look at the details of that when they address him in court as a young man because they want him to be responsible. But when they start talking about a white boy, they say, "Oh, that young boy made a mistake." Y'all gotta stay woke because they'll take you out if you let them.
Now, a scam likely. What are your thoughts? Do you think the young man is guilty and he should serve jail time for defending himself?
First, can y'all hear me loud and clear? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sounding like I ain't doing mic check. But first thing is this. I'll be honest, I don't have all the information because usually when they grab topics on YouTube and beat them half to death, I usually run. But I don't have all the information. But based on stuff I've heard and the stuff that I mentioned, I talk law, black, white, and gray area. Black can't do it. White can't do it. I'm just talking areas. Like the black and white area, not color, like it's skin color. The gray area, you got to defend it in court. Means it could be right, could be wrong, but you got to prove it. You want to stay out of the gray area. You want to stay out of that. Here's the deal. This is what I was taught. Force, deadly force. And this was Texas. This is where I got my concealed handgun license first. You can't combat force with deadly force unless you can prove somewhere else, which is gray area. Your life was in danger.
Hold on, let me interrupt just a second. So the concert is over. The concert is over. So I'm gonna log off real quick, and I'm gonna be home in about 20 minutes. Or paying to hop back on.
All right.
All right, I'll be back. All right.
Oh, so I'll pay you in charge?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. Here's the deal. I hear a lot of these conversations, pieces of it, people making up their own laws, making up all kind of stuff. The family, the kid, one of them's dad had sexual assault when he was 13. What that got to do with any of this? Man, one of them didn't have a job. What does that 4.8 GPA? What does that got to do with any of this? Nothing. If I punch E-Man, it don't matter what his credit score was in 1992. I punched him. You either punched him or you didn't. It's legal or it's not. But his credit score, his net worth. No, you punched him. Okay, back on track. Here the deal is. When you fear for your life, that means you're usually running, going away. You're going that way, trying to get out of the situation. You don't say things like, don't touch me or see what happens. That's not fear for my life. Though that's gray area. How do you say you felt for your life? But you was like, yeah, do something. You don't feel for your life. You're accepting a challenge. On the other side, sizable advantage. When you outweigh somebody by 100 pounds and there's two of y'all, that's a problem. Now they have to justify it using deadly force. A knife being legal versus a knife being used are two different things. I can take a baseball bat to batting practice. I can take 5 of them. It's legal. But I can't swing it at the coach. Now it's a deadly force weapon, and I can be shot in the teeth and killed. That's illegal. A person can, if they can prove deadly force or this weapon, whatever it is that you use, is deadly force and not force, then they can use deadly force against you. but force on force you can't use. That's a gray area thing. For now, I'll leave it open.
But it's still perspective, right?
Nah,
Because
it's
hold on,
either
no, hold
legal.
on, hold on.
Amen.
Well, let me respond to
Perspective.
what you're saying full first.
No, I'm just saying
Because
when you say perspective, legal, not legal, or got to prove it in court.
well, I got it. So when you say that I fear for my life, I have one person that's already putting their hands on me, and I have another person that is his brother, who, according to what I read, is antagonized and look like he's about to increase too. So now we're
Okay.
not talking because it's reports. So Whitney said it wasn't just one brother; it was both brothers, right? So
Okay.
when we start saying, "Am I at fear?" So you saying I gotta prove to you that I feared my life. And that is a perspective in court. How can you prove whether I feared my life versus I did not fear my life? Because you can't tell me that I did not fear my life. Scan likely.
No, I'm just saying this is gray area. If you felt feared for your life, you're probably going and try like 5 snakes that got loose. You gonna run.
That's not
You be on
true.
top of the car.
That's
Five
not
big dogs.
that's not true. Listen,
You ain't
so
no
so
hold on. You ain't gonna be squaring up with no dogs
no,
that look
that's
like
not
they ain't
true.
ate in 7 days. You
See,
gonna
but
We're
run.
that's
not talking about we're not talking about dogs. So go
no,
ahead.
no, no,
Let's
no. So yeah,
No,
so
what I'm
say for
saying is
example, so for
fear for your
example,
life. Go
let,
no,
ahead.
let,
but you're wrong, because if I have one brother standing to the left of me and one brother standing to the right of me, and I got bleachers to the back of me, I have nowhere to run. I have to tell you to get away from me.
Did he
So
say
this
get away from me? Or did he say, or was he instigating,
I don't think it was
agitating,
instigating. I
or was
think
he trying to de-escalate?
I think he said, "Hey, don't touch me. Stay away from me." And I think he was backed up in the corner, and he was telling them, "Hey, get away from me." That's how I look at it. So some people looking at this as, "Oh, he tried to threaten him." No, if you
No, I
listen
don't
to
say
the
that.
statement,
But
hello, if you listen to the statement, he wasn't trying to provoke the situation. He was saying, "Hey, I'm willing to stand my grounds, and if you leave me alone." Them boys
what
shouldn't have
is
been messing with him in the first place.
touch me and see what happens?
Yeah,
Does that
touch
sound
me and
like
see
fear
what
for my
happens.
life? Does that sound like fear for my life?
Yes.
That's what you say when you fear for your life? See
Yes,
what
yeah,
happens?
that's what
All right.
see that, and that's in your
Okay.
mind. Say, I wouldn't say that if I was in that situation. That's what I hear you saying. But hey, touch me, see what you sound like a scared person. Because a person who
You
ain't
gonna
scared, hello, let me tell you, a
you
person who ain't
could be
scared,
I'm saying how you
they
prove that.
laughing. I got you. A person ain't scared, they laughing, they for the smoke, they pushing you, they up in your face. That's a person who not scared. He sound like he was retracting. He don't sound like he was in an attack position.
I'm just talking about what you can prove. I'm neutral on this. I don't got no
I got
dog
you.
in
I'm
the
not neutral.
right,
I'm okay to
wrong,
say
and
I'm on the other side of the
I'm not
fence
on
that this young man protected
I'm on
himself.
any side of it. I'm just
Oh
talking
hold
about
yeah,
on for a
listen.
second, Jess.
legal and not legal.
All right, just hold on for a second. Go ahead, man. How you doing, man?
What's happening, fellas?
All right, but we on the right topic, right? We starting out with fire, man. You got something on this lit, or
Yeah,
which
man.
one?
I got a problem with this whole situation. Let's hold this thing up to the light of anybody else. If this was a little white girl who said no means no, and she would have stabbed them dudes, it would have been no problem. So why is it all of a sudden a brother has to sit up here and say, "Hey, did he really mean leave?" Or we have to justify what happened? You know what I'm saying?
Really, bro.
I thought no means no.
No,
Why is it that's
go
my
ahead.
whole question. Why is the rules change when it's somebody else, but when it comes to a brother, it's a problem? Think about it. When that police officer shot that lady, when he thought she was gonna put some boiling water on him, he said he feared for his life, and it was okay for him. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, on this particular situation, when this young man said he feared for his life, it's not the same thing. So I just want to make sure that we balancing this stuff across the board.
Do you want to
Because if
answer?
we're gonna have special rules for special
Wait a minute.
situations, they need to go ahead and print them out now and hand them out to everybody in the nation so we already know what rules apply to what people.
Do you want the answer?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, to throw women in there. Come on, really, man. Sizable advantage. That's one thing I said. Woman on man, there's a sizable advantage.
Dude is 100 pounds bigger than him.
No,
What are you
I
talking
said,
about?
E-Man, I said that 5 minutes ago. If it's sizable advantage, deadly force authorized. So if it was two dudes, or the dude outweigh him by 100, and he picking on the dude, if he can prove sizable advantage, what's easier if it's 2-on-1, then it's justified. I said that. But all I'm saying is what doesn't look good is if it's sizable advantage, 2-on-1, you fear for your life, you standing up saying, touch me and see what happens. It doesn't help. Versus, hey man, I'm just trying to get home to my, you get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, and A-Man even had a good point. He could have been scared and feared for his life. It's just not a good look going into the court.
Listen, all I'm saying is how come certain rules apply for certain people in certain situations?
Men and women is an obvious reason.
Here's the thing. All of a sudden, we sprinkle genitalia on the problem, then the rules change. That's all I'm saying. If I tell you to leave me alone and you still encroach upon me, you're at that point invading my space.
You're correct. Now, you threw women in there.
Only reason I did it, listen, that's the only reason I did it is to show the disparaging when people want to change the rules up when it applies for certain people. That's all I'm doing.
I don't know, bro. You brought women. Because it's an obvious reason why you changed the rules for women. It's kind of obvious.
Because people always change the rules for us.
Okay, we're talking black and white.
Yes.
I never said that what these people did was in the rules. But I hold it consistent, just like the extra nonsense. In Tampa, Florida, years ago, the loud music situation where the white dude shot in the car, and the attorney was like, well, there was a felon in the car. What that got to do with anything?
Hey.
And he got 80 years. He should have. It was murder. But just like when they throw the nonsense and, well, they came from a good family and 8.3 GPA. What that got to do with any damn thing? I'm saying it's consistent.
But you know what, Dustin? We see the play every time. What they'll do is they'll wait a couple of days, look for something disparaging about them. I mean, it's gonna take them a minute. And then when they finally do bring up something, it's like the actions of the other person are now justified. Well, here's my thing. When the person committed the act against that other person, they never even brought that up. That wasn't even the topic of conversation. That wasn't even on the table. They weren't even thinking about what somebody did back in the day. They were talking about what happened right then and there on the table. The reason why I say they do that stuff like that is because when we have panels and shows like this, when people try to deflect away from the main topic to add something in that ain't got nothing to do with it or put paint where it ain't, I tell you what, why don't we do this? Let's see if the rules still apply if we change gender, if we change states, if we change races, if we change religion. Why is it all of a sudden when it comes down to us, we got special rules that apply to us? And then we'll start asking and finding out the real questions.
Oh, now I was just saying it because you threw women in there.
Yeah, it made it real, didn't it?
No, it actually made it pretty bad.
Why?
Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but men and women are built different. And that is a fact and it's scientific. And I can't believe Manosphere even goes for that. Trying to make men and women equal, then talking about protect and provide. I don't know what the hell that is. That's some stupid shit.
Let me hold on for a second. Let me jump in here because we gotta be economies of scale. If the guy is 100 pounds or if there's a woman in there, there's the same amount of mismatch. If it was a 300-pound black woman in there, that would be different than a 100-pound man, right? She would be able to say, I'm just a woman.
That might be right. That might be.
Hold on for a second, Scott. Let me say what I gotta say, man.
Go ahead.
I mean, so the point that Lit is making is they still change the rules, right? They still change the rules because if it was a black guy, if he's 100 pounds and these guys are 200-pound dudes, yes, that could be equivalent to a woman in the tent in terms about fighting, right? I mean, the 100-pound guy is still at a disadvantage. Might not be the same as a woman, but he's still at a disadvantage.
Arpain, I first said sizable advantage. I said that.
Yeah, so then why are you disagreeing with what this is talking about?
No, my point was one dude weighs 100 pounds. You got to prove sizable advantage, but probably might got something to say. Two dudes on one sizable advantage. You might want to cut this fool straight up. I would do it. Only thing I disagreed with is the language of, and I'm not saying lock them up, they innocent, guilty. I'm just saying There's language of I fear for my life, and there's language of, you know what, I'm a tough guy. And the court gonna decide, but it doesn't look good when you come on, see what happens. What's up then? That doesn't look good to also try to go save sizable event. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So
well, here's the thing about that. That's also a warning too. Now, if somebody warns you and tells you not to do something, and you continue to do it, at that point you're moving at your own caution. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, fear from that's okay. Me and you going at it, accepting the challenge, force on force, or whatever it is. Do something. What's up? Me and you face to face. Who one of us gonna win, one's gonna lose. It's different than both of y'all, one pacing around me or whatever. And I think it might go beyond left. My language is gonna be a little different because I might just want to see another day.
If it was me and our pain against you, do you owe us safety?
I owe myself safety, which means when I say, hold on, hear me out. When I'm saying I fear for my life, my action is probably going to reflect it. I want to live to see another day. I don't know if he going in his pockets. I don't know. It's two people. I might just take that L and just come back and catch you alone and punch you. I mean, whatever. But if I fear for my life, a dude pulling out something, 3 dudes, a dude driving, looking at me, and I'm unknown, fear for my life, it's going to be different language than me one-on-one saying, let's do this.
Yeah. Hold on, Scam. Listen, I want to move past this, but listen, you could be afraid for your life and still say what he said.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm saying it's going to be a problem when you go to court. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so that's cool. But let me ask you a question, both of you guys. Do you think the fact that they found out that he didn't have a knife, but this was a cleat sharpener, makes a difference?
Because that's difference, man.
No, because a person doesn't have time to see what it is that you pull out. And if
no. In the case, right? They probably tried to make a case as why did he bring a knife to the tent? Now he didn't have a knife. He had a cleat sharpener because he was a track guy, right?
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
It matters if they tried, because they tried to charge him with first-degree murder.
They tried to say it was premeditated or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's not cool.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, premeditated. So he would have a knife. So if it's not a knife, that means they couldn't just automatically jump to the intent that he wanted to hurt somebody. Right, because he certainly didn't get a sharpener for a cleats to come out here thinking he's going to stab somebody. The other thing also is that the blow that he did with this guy, I'm curious, and we will never find out whether he aimed for that particular section that pierced this guy's heart, or he was just stabbing in the air. Because that kind of wound could have been never benevolent, but it didn't have to be a deadly blow on the first shot. Right, so that's one thing, and I'm gonna say this, and we could move to whatever y'all want to talk about. I think the biggest thing in this case is going to be the voir dire, the picking of the jury. I think that's going to be the biggest thing in this whole case. How they pick the jury. I mean, and that's it. I mean, it's going to be really, really tough for him to get a fair trial. Either way,
that's a problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big issue. But go ahead, guys. Anything else on that?
Yeah, man. Here's my situation. Everybody wants to tell the victim what he should have did. Well, what about the people who jumped on top of him? How come his parents didn't tell him to leave people alone? You know what I'm saying? It's just like when people get pulled over by the police, they always tell them, well, you should have had your hands up, or you should have complied with the police and all this other stuff. How come these kids' parents didn't tell them to leave folks alone? You know? Why are you out here harassing people 2-on-1? You know, why do you feel like you need to exert privilege over somebody else? That's the real question we need to ask. Nobody wants to talk about that. They always want to talk about what the little brother should have did and how he should have conducted himself. But nobody want to talk about how those other 2 boys should have conducted themselves. I think that's the greater conversation that we need to have to discuss.
That's true. One of them is obvious. Yeah, you don't pick at people. You don't. I don't know. I assume they instigated it. That's the obvious is why you don't talk about it. It's obvious. Leave people alone. Because he could have got shot in the teeth or shot in the testicles and can't bang his girlfriend no more. It could have got worse. But I think people talk about what the other guy should have did because they got cousins, nephews, little people, and those are the people that you assume will be in these situations that you want change on. Meaning one of them is the situation that happened. that we can end up in. What do you do when you end up in that situation? I'm always going to say try to avoid as much as possible, because most of the time it ain't freaking worth it. But if you got to, then you do what you got to do. Cut somebody, cut them all, shoot them, karate chop in the teeth, stab, or run and jump, whatever you got to do. If you're in survival mode, live to see another day. If you got to choose between you and them, choose yourself. That's just me. But I'm not a person who advocates for a whole bunch of fighting and talking and all this. Ain't nothing over there for you, bro. Ain't nothing. But if you got to, do what you got to do.
My thing is we've always had that conversation, man, with our parents. When they tell us when you driving, you know what I'm saying? When you interact with the police, these are the things that you do. And you know, the killing part about it, there was a summer where guys did everything that they were supposed to do, and the police did everything they wasn't supposed to do. We had a whole bunch of guys come up missing. And not only that, you got to think about what's running through this young man's life, what's running through his mind. You know, you got shades of slavery sprinkled in the back of his mind. You got this whole summer of people getting killed by the police running through his mind. You got shades of people coming up missing in Georgia, swinging from trees. That's probably in the back of his mind. But my whole thing is this: when you got somebody approaching you and it looks like what these folks have been treating you for the longest you can remember, and you know you don't want to be a statistic, yeah, I can see why he would want to fight back. And I don't think that's a part of the conversation people really want to talk about. That is a part of a situation I think people need to expect and say, hey, look, when you do certain things, you can expect the unexpected. And I think those guys got the unexpected this time. What's happening, Joe?
Hey, fellas, how's everybody?
Pretty good. How you doing, brother?
Good. Y'all hear me good?
Oh, yeah, we hear you good, man.
Yeah, we hear you. What you got on the topic, man? What's going on?
I literally just popped in, but I'm gonna guess we're discussing Carmelo Anthony. Yes.
Yes.
I think it's a little obtuse of us to expect or even think with no evidence why race wouldn't be involved in this. Could someone tell me in the last 500 years when a black man and a white man were on either end of a trial that there wasn't a racial overtone? There's a racial overtone when a black man and a white man are driving for the same parking spot. And we didn't put it there. It's there. And I think the thing that I'm not expecting a fair trial for this young man. Why would I? What I'm expecting is something that Dylan Roof was given, something that even Timothy McVeigh in his death was given. Unearned grace from his people. It appalls me to see how our people treat this boy, regardless to his guilt or innocence. You're not going to find Armenians to malign a 17-year-old Armenian boy in this position, or insert your other race here. And it's just shameful to me. I'll land it there. And I don't know, I don't step on nobody's toes. I just popped in here.
No, you said exactly what I said.
Okay.
You was on point, you know. And before that, we were talking about if this was a gender thing. Say, for instance, if Carmela was a girl and she said no, and those guys still approach, you know, and she put that thing on them, you know, would it be a different story? Would it be a different situation?
Sure. Perception is everything, man. Of course.
That's not perception. That's science.
That's mildly the perception is that a knife is somehow a greater equalizer in the hands of a female and more needed than in a man. And that may not necessarily be the truth, but sure. But because of that perception, yeah, I could see
I
that.
find that to be kind of true, wouldn't you?
What?
Um, Man versus woman, ain't that kind of different?
What do you mean?
Okay. You don't send your 13-year-old girl to go get milk at the grocery store when it's dark. There's a reason that you might send your son instead. It's probably
Okay.
scientific and it's obvious.
Okay.
There's a reason you go in front of your wife and she's in the back and you're in the, let's not, that,
Okay.
come on. Now, that's all I'm saying. Now, if it comes to actual assault, like the moral breaking of the law, that's whatever, man or female, is a problem. But when it comes to actual battle, like how you defend yourself, a woman is a woman and a man is a man.
Sure.
There is
no
a
argument. No argument.
Okay, fair game. Continue. You got it.
My whole point was this: why should we expect different treatment because of the situation? Why can't they just honor this man's person instead of saying if he was a girl, we would have left him alone?
Because it's different with it being a girl and being a boy. Sizable advantage still is different. Meaning, okay, I'm not discounting outweighing a man by 100 pounds. That's still sizable advantage. You might get cut or 2-on-1. But 1-on-1, even you in the face of a girl, you should get stabbed on the spot. And that's obvious sizable advantage. They're not built and their science doesn't put them in a position to come close to defending themselves.
Okay.
It's not what they're for.
Let's say we concede. Absolutely.
Okay.
What's the difference? I guess because Lost brought it up, maybe it's a topic, but it doesn't the outcome of this either way doesn't take away or put any more stripes on the zebra. It's the same. I don't understand. I think what we really are looking at here is what we all have wanted, which is what OJ got, a fair trial. OJ got a fair trial. You see what happens when somebody with their ass on the line that can afford to get it off goes into court and gets a fair trial. I think that's what we were rooting so much for with OJ. And yes, these two stories are parallelable because these are black men in trouble with the law over white people. What we want is a fair trial. We're more than likely not going to get one.
I would agree with that.
Because this boy's not rich. The question is, what are we going to do when they thumb us in, when we are poked in the chest again as people? What you going to do about it, nigga? Well, what are we going to do about it? What do we think a target? That's all I.
So world class.
So
what's down there?
Have you been watching me?
What's down on the topic?
I'm just following in.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the topic, man?
What's the topic?
We're talking about Carmelo Anthony.
Well, I haven't seen. I'm aware of everything up to whenever the family spoke out. I then spoke ad nauseum on our Freezy channel. It should be clear and concise self-defense. The mildly competent lawyer should be able to win it. It's not really difficult at all. I don't know if people have said it since, but when we were talking about it, I think it was like last week, a week and a half ago. The white boy, he's not an authority. So any situation where he's trying to remove another student forcefully, he's out of his, the little boy don't got no reason to adhere to him in any way, shape, or form. The second he put his hands on him, he's in the right. In his state, in Texas. I think BMU is in Texas. I don't know if some of y'all is in Texas.
I did the concealed handgun license in Texas. Go ahead.
So it's stand your ground. There's no duty or responsibility to retreat. He's well within his rights to take his life or do whatever he wants. Because the language is, what is it? Fear of immediate threat of your life, something like that. It's like if you believe you're in imminent danger or something like that, something in that effect. And I think just the narrative of the young man, the white boy that died, isn't apparent. He don't have no authority in any way, shape, or form to remove him. That's in and of itself is enough. Not even his size, just that fundamental fact is enough for him to go, to defend himself with a knife. There's some statistics. There's some testimony out there that before Carmelo Anthony pulled the knife out and stabbed him, he was already hit. He already got his hands put on him. In enough other states, I think that's enough. But in Texas, me looking at the laws, it's open and shut. This should be easy. I think he got another lawyer. I don't know if it's pro bono. I heard they raised about $400,000. So I'm expecting. Matter of fact, it was when we talked about it, it was a weekend before the bond trial. I wasn't worried about the bond trial. I was confident that it was going to get dropped. I didn't look at it, but I'm pretty sure the bond number should be dropped. I thought they would drop the charges. I don't know if they dropped the charges from Capital One, Murder One, and I don't know where they're at now, but it's weird to see some people's responses, but it's the time we in. People just say weird shit.
I mean, if they keep Capital One and that's the only charge, then there is no way he's going to get convicted of that.
Because in Texas, it's premeditated. Like that's one of the main elements.
So, did you know or did you hear the fact that they said it wasn't a knife but a cleat sharpener?
It was like I heard a Swiss Army knife. It was a cleat sharpener.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, please forgive me. Excuse me, real quick.
Yeah, let me get in next. Arpain, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I heard there's no way blank. Could you tell me what you're basing?
No, yeah, that's hyperbole. That's just hyperbole, man.
Okay,
of course,
yeah. Let's deal with that, gentlemen. I think that's a big place to sit.
No way, what?
There's no way that they're gonna keep Capital One, and there's no way. And I'm trying to figure out what vacuum we're in where we're pulling equal to these people in the judicial system. That's
no, yeah. We don't have to get stuck around that. It's a misspeak, but the truth of the matter is, I think they could hurt themselves that way. If there's any fairness on the jury, and he has, the voir dire is supposed to be an equalizer best you can. So I think that's going to be important in this case. I said that before. Who the jurors are is going to be important. I mean, they should have to hire some outside people to help pick the jury.
So,
professionals to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say something about Texas law.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm in Florida now. I actually need to find out what stand your ground really means. I was talking to an officer about it the other day. It's kind of weird comparing to Texas. But the problem with Texas thing is this. Force on force is warranted. Somebody's picking at you. They say, what's up? You say, what's up? And y'all fight. That's force on force. When you go deadly force, we also call stand your ground. I just call it use of deadly force. When you escalate to a knife or a weapon, that's a gray area and you have to prove it in court, which means you can be charged. That actually is actually true. First degree murder, that's bullshit. That's just not cool. Anything close to first degree, that wasn't cool at all. But it actually isn't a gray area. It's not this was actually legal, like open and shut thing when he pulled the knife. Even if it's 2-on-1, you have to prove the sizable advantage or whatever it is that you fear for your life.
Let me ask you this, Scam. Did those two boys give him an opportunity to go look for a tag team partner before they start to dance?
Hey, I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong. I'm just talking about how the law how it works. I don't
I'm
agree
just
with it.
saying they
I
didn't
don't
let him
agree
go
with them
find somebody to
instigating
help him
mess
out
to do
now.
in the first place. No, I don't agree with none of that in the first place.
Deadly.
I'm just saying when you use it, because that's why I always tell us when you got a weapon, when you got whatever you one, try to flee the scene, try to get out of that situation and de-escalate. And two, if you use it, make sure you had no, because you're gonna have to prove it in court, and you can be charged. That's what we were taught.
Deadly force it's not whether the person died. That's not how that works. Deadly force is in
Right.
relationship to
It could be a gun, baseball bat, knife. Yeah, can do some serious real deal damage.
Can you? Yeah. Is this lethal? What you're about to do is lethal.
Yeah.
A knife is deadly force. Obvious.
Well, there in Texas, I think it's some law about 5.5 or 5. Yeah, 5.5. Whether that's
I think that might be concealed what you can carry. What you can carry and then the actual use are two different things. I can take a baseball bat to batting practice, but if I'm coming after somebody, those are two totally different things.
Well, it's a lot of crime, so it's some case law on it we can find in Texas to see if
Case law.
and
No, I got you. Case law is dangerous because that means it went over to the trial and it's in the gray area. The dude with the good attorney won. The dude who they ain't like, he got 50 years.
You'll get your judge's decision, and more than likely you'll get a landmark case, kind of as close as they come. So that's what the defense is gonna look. They're gonna look at whatever the case law they have in Texas closest to this, and whatever's gonna work in his favor, because it's about what he himself, Carmelo Anthony, deemed to be a threat to him, and it has to be reasonable. It even says that in the law. So I think it's reasonable for him, irrespective of the size. A lot of people want to throw the size in, pause, but it doesn't matter. The student, if it was a problem, if they needed him to be removed, it was on the student or just as a 17-year-old to go get somebody in charge of that event, not take it into his own hands. That fundamentally is, and then for them to put his hands on him, those two things right there is enough, because he has no obligation to retreat. Just that by itself is enough.
Obligation to retreat, force on force, and force and deadly force are different.
Here's the problem with that scam. We looking at this in hindsight. We got to look at it for what happened at that particular moment in time. We don't know what they had planned for him. All he knows is 2-on-1. And if he don't make it home some kind of way, it's gonna be a problem.
No, I agree. I'm just saying law-wise, it goes into the gray area, which is the problem. You have to, even though you defended yourself, you feel for your life or you didn't, you still have to prove it because you used a knife. I'm not saying I'm for or against or anything.
But remember, it wasn't a knife.
It's not an open and right. I'm saying is it's not an open and shut. It's not an open and shut case. It has to go into the gray area. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And it also depends on what they charge them with too, because they have to prove what they charged them.
So that's what I was going to ask. In the bond hearing, did they drop the charges? Did they drop the bond? What happened? If y'all know about it, if y'all know,
according to the judge, dropped the bond from it was like $1 million our paying.
Yeah, it was $1 million.
Yeah, down to like $250.
So did they bond him out?
Yeah, they bonded him out. He's on house arrest now.
Well,
but I don't know if they changed the charges. I don't think so. I think whatever the charge was.
Well, that's a good thing for us, because that's the only charge they come with. That's a stupid charge. They get it because people. I don't think people understand that your initial charges come from the cops. It comes from the police in the police station. Yeah. All these charges come from the cops. And then what happens is it gets turned over to the state. The evidence and the testimonies from the officers get turned over to the state, and then they make a determination based off that information. I will say that a lot of the charges that you get from the police officers are guided by the district attorneys of that city and county, and sometimes it's state, city, and county. But at the same time, that's what you get, and then they'll take in consideration. The state will take in, the district attorney will look at all the evidence, and then they'll probably adjust the charges. Usually in a bond, I looked in Texas, they can change the charges in the bond hearing. I'm surprised they didn't. So that initial charge, just based off what they had, get the high thing, and then you can kind of come down from there. Doesn't really. I didn't think it would stick, but only thing I was saying, we was having a conversation last week. The only thing I could say is it could be a testimony or two that is kind of going to be difficult. You don't know what somebody gonna say, how somebody gonna say it. I heard that it's normal in Texas. I looked it up too. That they confiscate phones when it's a homicide. So it's gonna be. Those are the only things I could say could sway it. Is if there's considerable amount of testimony against Carmelo. But I'm pretty certain that based off of the information that it should last about 6 months. It'll be over in 6 months. Because I think it's just gonna be a lot of testimonies. That's the only reason I think it's gonna last that long.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, being honest. Just because I'm saying stuff that might not be favorable, it doesn't mean that I'm in favor saying everything was right. I'm not picking.
We understand, man. We understand.
Just my only thing, what I don't like is if they use that language, touch me and see what happens. Because they can say, well, you weren't in imminent danger because you were standing up, you was ready to fight. They can use that. And that drags it out and swear it on over to this side. It's not cool. But if it was obvious 2-on-1, it should be, my opinion, 2-on-1, big old dudes and little dude, cut that fool and get on with your business.
Here's my whole thing is I see this stuff play out all the time. The news will try you in the court of public opinion, and then you have to defend that foolishness against the public opinion, whether you win or lose or not. And then on top of that, you got to take care of business in the courtroom too. And I think that was a lot of what happened with OJ in his particular situation. He had to fight, outside perception, which is what everybody was, going up against, which is why they probably had a hard time finding a trial. And in this particular situation, the way that it's just set up, it's going to be one of those situations where it's going to be hard not to keep people's emotions out of this one, just based upon how it's set up. And I don't think it's going to be a situation where he's probably going to get a fair trial, just based upon how it's set up. Now, on the outside looking in, as far as we're concerned, if we removed everybody else's emotions and all this other chatter that we hear online, it's easy for us to see, hey, man, it was 2-on-1. You F around and find out that's what happened. But everybody else want to put paint where it ain't. And they want to say, well, he was a troubled youth. And then to come out, no, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So now we got to defend this dude's persons. It's weird.
I wouldn't really worry about in this situation. I know we're looking at history and Mattel all the way up to this situation, and we worried about, how things have happened. But this is a new time. These, I'm gonna be kind, European settlers, they under a lot of pressure, and this little county in Texas do not want the attention if they've been getting away with whatever they've been getting away with. This is, everybody, it's possible for them to be stupid, but it will be the dumbest decision in the world to do business as usual with this national attention. They would be really, really dumb. They need to yield, make sure it's as fair as possible so nobody further investigates. That's what I would suggest. I wouldn't worry about it, but we can't never put our guard down. But honestly, yeah, I don't think they're in position. I think I'm just surprised though that they kept that charge. If they did, I'm very surprised because
Hold on for a second. Hey, Lamont in the back, if you want to come, you got to come on camera, man. We got to see what.
Yeah, we don't play them games no more. People like to come in and photobomb folks.
We can't see you, man. Do you know him?
Mike?
Oh,
this Lamont. I don't know if I knew you before. I can't tell, but we can.
I don't know what Lamont is.
That's cool. What about
bring it up, man? It's bad for TV, bro. We can't see them but shadows.
What do you say, man?
Say what?
Let me take
I'm
off
talking
this.
to Lid over here. Is all right? What?
Yeah, come on. You can come up.
Okay. What's
There we
going
go.
on, Lamar?
What's up? Hey, what's up?
up,
What's up?
You in the
Hey,
dark, man. We
hey,
gotta
a
be
couple.
careful with all that.
Yeah,
Go
man. We got to be careful around here, man.
I got you. I'm in California, and we don't have nothing nowhere near stand your ground. But I'll say this about this case. Now, I've read the Texas Penal Code 931. I mean, you don't have any duty or no obligation to retreat from a situation. So a lot of the language is, being tossed about. I think that's out the door. And I think it's, just reading the district attorney's body language, my interpretation of his body language, I put the phrase ambivalent on it. I think the district attorney knows that they don't have much of a case. I think evidence of that as well was, we had less than a week that his bond was reduced by 75%. Okay, I think that's an admission that we ain't got much here, because they know. I mean, there's I don't know if you guys seen this video, but there's video. I don't know where it was exactly. I don't want to, don't misquote me. I don't know if it was Texas or not, but it was a stand your ground state. Okay, there was a guy walking through a mall food court, right? And there was another. I think he was an Uber driver or something, because he was just picking up food. And there was another guy there that was, he was a YouTube influencer creating YouTube content, and he kept getting in the guy's face. And the guy was like, "Hey man, I don't want nothing to do with this. Get up off me." And he told him like 2 or 3 times, pulled out a Glock and started firing inside of a busy mall food court, and successfully argued, "Stand your ground."
No, that's murder.
No,
Okay,
I think
so
he actually won that. I know what you're talking about. It was
yeah. So I don't, I don't. In all honesty, I think there's about a 2/3, 66% chance that this is not even getting indicted. Doesn't even go to trial.
That you just gave was called direct. That's called homicide.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. I don't think you were aware of it.
I don't think the YouTuber died though.
Sir, the guy successfully argued, stand your ground, self-defense.
No, what I'm saying is that there can be somebody who karate chops 4 CEOs, burns 4 abandoned buildings, and they got away with it some kind of way. It was illegal, and they got away with it some kind of way. It doesn't mean it was legal. They just got away some kind of way.
No, the guy
in this situation. What up,
you can't just shoot somebody because they're walking up on you trying to film.
I don't know what to say.
Backed him up off of him.
I don't know what to say other than that he was successful in his argument of stand your ground, self-defense.
The guy was doing more than just trying to film.
Yeah, he was.
I wish I could show you the video, but the guy just kept getting in. He just kept pointing the camera in his face. I don't think there was actually any physical contact. He just would block his path.
I'm telling you, you can't do that.
He was doing more than that.
10 out of 10 times you're going to prison.
I wish I could show you the video right now. I wish I could show you.
He got away with it. Let me jump in real quick. In self-defense class, my oldest daughter takes a self-defense class. It's a part of her curriculum. And she went to the self-defense class. They said that a person in your personal space, they give them the amount of space that you're supposed to have from a person's space. And they teach them when you get to that certain amount of space, that you can literally take them down and to get them off of you. So if a person is sticking a camera in your face and they're within a few inches of your face and they get into your personal space, you have a right to knock their ass out.
You don't have a right to shoot them and use deadly force.
Bro,
now Lamont, I'm gonna say this, Lamont, because I'm gonna pull this up. When did you get your license, Dust, for your gun? What year?
Let me see.
Oh, you got it right there.
15 or 16. Did they somehow change the law?
They have changed
the
law because in Texas right now, you no longer need a license to carry a gun here. That they've been booted that out. That's done.
In Florida.
All right, so they booted that out. Also, they changed the stand your ground laws, and I'm pulling them up on the screen right here so we can read them together.
If they changed the laws, I don't know what they changed stand your ground.
I'll finish them to you. I'm pulling up on the screen right now.
Okay,
because This force against force. They don't care about that no more. They say stand your ground no matter what. and if you got to use force against somebody in your personal space, then that's what you got to do. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Hold on.
Okay, real quick, if I could add an addendum too. If I could add an addendum too, brothers, that if you guys have seen the movie Black Panther, not the cartoon, but the movie about the chronicling of the story of the Black Panther Party for self-defense. Okay, it was 1967 here in California. At the time, we had very free open carry laws, and the Panthers had taken advantage of this law. They go into this in the movie. They would shadow police in West Oakland, and they would stand the prescribed distance away with guns in front of the police, right? So in 1967, California changed that law.
Yeah, they did.
Because of we were taking advantage of it. Okay, in all honesty, I think that's what's going to happen to stand your ground after this.
No, not in Texas. Texas is always going to be pro-gun.
They can't let a law that we can take advantage of. They're going to get rid of that.
Texas is always going to be Texas.
Oh, yeah.
California is always going to be California.
So let me pull this up, Lamont, real quick. Here we go. So it says here, in Texas, the concept of stand your ground is embodied by the Castle Doctrine, which we talked about the other day, Scam. Allowing individuals to use force, including deadly force, in self-defense without a duty to retreat in certain situations. This applies to the situations where they are unlawfully present or not provoking the altercation. So if you're being provoked and in your personal space, bye-bye, bye-bye, and are not engaged, right, and not engaged in criminal activity. Watch this. No duty to retreat. Let's go down here. Let's get into this. Individuals in Texas do not have a legal obligation to retreat before using force in self-defense. If they are lawfully present and facing imminent threat, applies to the various locations. The law extends homes, vehicle, places of business. Here it goes. At any location where the individual has a right to be.
There it is.
The use of force, come on now. The use of force justified. An individual is justified in using force, including deadly force, if they reasonably believe it's immediately necessary to protect themselves or another person. You can do it for another person from the use or attempted use of unlawful force. All right, provocation is a factor. I want to go through the whole thing first, then we'll talk about it.
Go ahead.
If an individual provokes the altercation, this is the point that they're going to use in this one. Watch. If an individual provokes the altercation or is engaged in criminal activity, their right to self-defense may be affected. Defense of others. Texas law also allows individuals to use force, including deadly force, to protect others when they reasonably believe it is immediately necessary. So when we had that shooting here in Allen and that man pulled that gun out and shot that man before the police got there, he went home and went to sleep. So I'm telling you right now, if you read the stand your ground laws now, right, that I just pulled up here for Texas, if you in my personal space and I shoot your ass, it's self-defense. You shouldn't be in my personal space. And look what it says. It says applies to various locations. This is where it gets really, really good. It extends homes, vehicles, places of business, and any location where the individual has a right to be. He had a right to be at that track meet.
Yeah, it meets more than most of them.
Hey, BMU.
I put that case he was talking about. I put that in a private chat.
Oh, okay.
Hey, BMU. Based on this, you and remember I was arguing with Brownsville.
Yeah.
Y'all might actually be right.
Yep.
Or I'm leaning another 30-40% towards y'all are right. This wasn't what I was taught in 2015.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that
it was specific about force and deadly force.
Yeah, I think that's Texas Penal Code 931. It's pretty explicit, and I think that like I said, I think there's about a 2/3 chance that this does not even get an indictment.
Yeah, in Texas, it has a lot to do with the person reasonably believing that they're in danger. Because like even in the video that Lamont is talking about, the guy's scared. The prankster is 6'5". The guy that shot him, he's like maybe 5'9". He looks concerned. He's trying to get away. He's being followed. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how he can win that. Especially, I think that's Virginia. I didn't know that was a stand your ground state.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about the person who does the act to hurt the other person. If they have reasonably can articulate in court that they were afraid for their life, or they thought they were in danger, and then you had a situation where you ain't got no duty to retreat. You got to understand. I'm in Maryland. We don't have that here.
Get out of
you know what I'm
Maryland,
saying?
bro. Get out of there. Get out of there.
We don't have stuff like that here. So in Texas or Florida, y'all are raised with that understanding. So I'm not. We in other states not gonna be like, well, he should have ran. We can say he should have ran, but we wasn't raised like y'all was raised.
Right.
That's not the we're raised in accordance to the laws that we live in, and that's not his mindset. You know what I'm saying? So when the other guy, it makes it even more egregious when another Texan is, being in somebody else's space to that degree, for whatever reason. So
yeah, in Texas, the expert like BMU, you've been in Texas in a while. It don't matter if it's an old woman, a young person. If you break in somebody's house, there's an expectation that you might get popped and you don't make it back out.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And breaking in houses or certain things in Texas, the police literally they want you to smoke that ass.
Yep, they do.
They want it to happen. They almost want to put that in the law. Smoke that fool and don't miss.
Yep,
that's Texas. That's
was
not
that Texas. Was that Texas where that sheriff was saying that he hoped y'all shoot him before you get there? Was that Texas?
That would be Texas.
I think that was Louisiana. I remember
he went viral.
But I think the only two touchy issues, in my opinion, and once again, based on the district attorney's demeanor, I don't think he's all that interested in this. But to me, the only two touchy issues is was that school grounds? Because my understanding is that was a district track and football stadium that was not attached to an actual school. So you may have the case where, they have other events there. They like a 4th of July. They rent it out to the public. Alcohol may be served there. So that may not apply to that.
No,
it
was not going to apply.
And how long was that night? If that was
those things won't matter. Not in Texas.
Okay. Nope. Well, then to me,
BMU,
it's a wrap.
BMU. You probably should show that video because that video.
Oh yeah, I'm finna pull it up right now.
Yeah, pull that.
So this is the video of the guy, the little guy. Listen, man, I'm gonna say this while I'm pulling it up. Leave people the fuck alone.
Absolutely.
I don't understand how people just can't understand. If you get up in my personal space, I'm gonna do my best to fuck you up.
I get it. And another thing, if anybody ran track, as a man on the track, that's why you go. That's one of the main reasons why you at track. You out there every Thursday trying to holler at the honeys from the other school. I don't even understand why there would be such an issue. And then on top of the fact, it was raining. I wouldn't even trip with somebody that just to get out of the rain ran up under our tent. I would be like, "What's up, big dog? What's happening with it?"
We showing the video, Lamont. Hold on for a second. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's the video right here.
Oh, here it is.
Watch this game.
Never before seen video that led to the shooting of a notorious YouTube prankster. You can see the prankster. He's the 6'5" dude in the white baseball cap. His target is a guy named Alan Coley, and he's holding a bag of food he just picked up at the food court at the Dulles Town Center in Virginia. At one point, the 31-year-old Coley shoves the phone out of his face. But the prankster, 21-year-old Tanner Cook, is unrelenting. But the prankster never expected this reaction. A bullet fired into his stomach and liver. By some miracle, he survived. Coley was arrested, and a jury just found him not guilty of aggravated malicious wounding. The prankster is seen leaving court with his mother after the verdict.
So I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is. That was the first time I seen the video. No mom wants to see their son be shot by a complete stranger. We respect what the jury says. And my family and I are just grateful and thankful that I have my son here.
His father says, in his opinion, the jury got it wrong.
absolutely that he was guilty. The 20-second video shows that in no way was his life on the line, and he did not need to have deadly force.
The prankster is being vilified online for his boorish behavior. The shooting was even a headline on SNL's Weekend Update back in April.
A Virginia man who pranks people for YouTube videos was shot while tricking someone in a mall.
Good. Cook's YouTube channel includes posing as a security guard, falsely accusing people of shoplifting.
Yeah, I've got a gentleman and a woman here trying to steal a pet.
I support Tanner in whatever he decides to do, and I'm going to continue supporting him.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute.
You might disagree with me.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. She said, this is the first time I've ever seen the 20-second video. And then at the end, she says, I support him in everything he do. So if you support him in everything he do, why are you just saying the video?
Right. And also, if you support him, and I would have told her, if you support him in everything you do, then wipe his ass when I shoot him, because he's going to need you to wipe his ass for about 6 months.
Hey, man.
Y'all might disagree with me, but
probably.
Harassment is not cool. Getting up in people's faces and whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't see no threats of danger. He didn't say, man, I'm going to beat your ass when we get outside. I'm going to cut you.
In Texas, you can shoot that nigga.
Because
in Texas, you can shoot that nigga.
I'm not rocking with the dude getting shot, because harassment and danger are different things.
You talking about what you see. That little white guy's like 5'8". He was scared. That kid ain't scam likely. You've been in this space for a long time. It's a lot of people not healthy enough to be up on StreamYard. Right? You've seen some of the things that's been said on StreamYard. Could you imagine if some of these conversations happen in person?
Real life?
I'm one of the main people that will be incarcerated.
I would too, probably.
Well, I mean,
I'll say this. There are certain people, if they approach me in real life, I would actually think this person's actually about to swing on me, and I might need to stab him.
Yeah, and you probably deserve.
I would actually believe that there's some threat, because this person is mad. I done trolled him one too many times. If they walk up on me in real life, and if they appeared in Florida, if they booked in a hotel and all that, they're not there for community service to have a conversation. I'm smoking
for your ass. That's right. That's right.
But that's different. They booked a hotel, took 2 days off of work to come find me. I got to shoot them.
They coming to ragdoll you, man.
What I'm saying, this prankster right here, get out of people's faces. I agree. It's harassment, but it's not, I'm going to kill you. Wait till we get out. If it's, hey, man, I'm going to punch you in your shit. Just looking. If it's not,
you got to try to use deadly force. He shot him, but he could have shot him in a whole lot more deadly places.
He was scared. He was concerned, though. That's what it looked like.
I mean, I'll say this. I'll say this. I'm a state peace officer too, so I think this provides a little bit of context. These stand your ground laws gives Joe Blow citizen more authority, more leeway in a deadly force situation than it gives peace officers who are trained. Okay, we, like in my job, if you're running, I can't shoot you in the back. If you are stabbing somebody, I come up to you and tell you to stop and get down on the ground, prone out. Once you lay down, I can no longer exert any force.
That's the same thing with That's the same thing with we can't shoot in the back either, unless they break in your house.
Well, hold on.
They tell us to flip their ass over.
But stand your grounds, you can unleash an unlimited amount of force on somebody.
Yeah, but not if they're running.
You don't have to. I mean, but hold on. I mean, somebody's getting in your. This is what everybody's been kind of going back and forth about this. Somebody's getting in your face, so you gonna dump on them?
No. What I'm saying is this: somebody coming towards you. Hey, they're coming to do business. If they're going away, how are you gonna say I was scared? I was scared he was gonna run too fast away from me. No, that's murder.
No, I think my point.
You talking running away or running to you?
Running away, you can't shoot him.
Oh yeah, you can't shoot him running away. Yeah, you're right.
If you had
in your house, you'll get away with it though.
That's no longer a threat.
You can't attack me and then have an amazing epiphany, and then it's just I'm just supposed to watch you get away. You attack me, I respond.
Well, world class, you're right. In Texas, you can do that. If someone harms you and runs, you can go get them.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the time frame for that? You get you have
5 blocks.
You have an awakening once I stop pulling this gun out.
Yeah, Lost Track. That's absolutely correct. You have up to 5 blocks to get that ass.
5 blocks?
Yep.
Yes,
But
sir.
in Texas. If somebody come out, if I walk outside right now, somebody's stealing out of my truck,
I like it.
and I grab my gun, I could get them if I get them to up to 3 blocks and blow their brains out, I can come back home and go to sleep.
But hold on.
We get the point. Texas is Texas. Yeah. They want you to smoke that ass.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
They want
you to shoot that motherfucker for sure.
In 2028, they're gonna put that in. They're actually gonna get that in documentation. Smoke that ass.
Smoke that.
My word.
FAFO, baby.
Because let me tell you what happened one night. I stay in the rural area, but the homeless, they ran the homeless out of the city of Dallas, and now the homeless are starting to tent themselves in the rural areas where we live. And so all the open fields and all the wooded areas, they're starting to tent up. And so now the police are trying to get them out, clean it out. But at the same time, one night, I was in here talking to y'all, and I think I got off, and I walked out. I saw a man straddle my fence in the backyard. And he just straddled my fence. He was doing this. And I told my son, I just picked up, I'll come back in and shut the door. I told my son, he said, I got you, Daddy. My 17-year-old come down, stared him down right there. Don't fucking move. I'll blow your ass up. And I'm right there on the side with the 9. I said, hey, sir, how are you? I said, now, if you get past me, he gonna shoot your ass. I said, now, I already called the police. They're on their way to come get you because you're trespassing. I said, I should have shot your ass. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. I said, I should shoot your ass. I said, Jamar, you want to shoot him? He said, say the word, Daddy. I said, we should shoot your ass. But I'm gonna let you ride. The police came and they took him out through my side gate, put him in the car. I hadn't seen him since. But you know, I could have killed him, but I had every right to kill him. He had one leg on my property. I could have shot his. I could have blew the whole fence off with him. But I was being nice. I was being generous. I gave him grace.
Hey, brother, in California trespass, you got to give him a chance to leave. You can't just
shit, bullshit. Not in Texas.
Texas, you cross,
like
especially in somebody's house.
In Texas, they say shoot that ass.
Especially if they're in your house, all
STA.
bets is off.
Oh yeah, they get in your house. It's really over with.
You shoot in the back, the neck.
Yeah. I remember I had a cousin tell me, "I'll come to your house and beat your ass, bitch ass nigga."
In Texas.
I said, "Come on." I said, "Come on up." As soon as he come up that stairs, I'm gonna roll him back down that fucking driveway. I'm gonna pump him up. Don't come here, because I'm gonna light that ass up. So it is what it is.
Hey, BMU, something they did tell us in the CHL class. You can't go up to somebody in Texas and say, all right, give me your best shot. Swing.
Yeah, you can't.
Because if you do that, you told them, you gave them permission to swing.
Yep.
And they bust in your shit.
Yeah.
Then when you hit them back, now you get charged with assault because they didn't tell you could swing back, but you told them they could swing.
So me and my wife took the tactical class that teach you the tactics on how to defend your home. If we out in the mall or somebody starts shooting, so we know what the fuck to do, right? Mm-hmm. So in the tactical class, the teacher told us, the instructor said, never brandish your weapon. He said, never take it out and be like, everybody get down, or none of that shit. He said, don't brandish it. He said, don't pull your weapon unless you're ready to use it. And he told me, he said, and my wife was sitting there, and my sister-in-law and my brother, who were all in it, we take it all together. And he told us, when someone gets in your personal space, he said, shoot them. He said, kill them. He said, I'm telling you, kill them. He said, shoot their center mass. He said, put 2 in their chest, 1 in their stomach. And he said, when they drop, call the police. And when the police get there, be doing CPR on them when they get there. He said, because you want to show empathy after you kill him. He said, whether he dead or not, show him empathy. And he said, that'll go a long way in court if they try to say it's murder. I said, God damn, he ruthless. Jesus Christ.
Hey, BMU, this is what they were teaching women?
Yeah, women and men. It was a mixture. Class full of us.
No, my only pushback was some of the stuff. I don't mean to go off subject.
Yeah.
No stun guns for women. Women, if you're watching this, do not ever purchase a stun gun.
Yeah, shit crazy.
They don't work half the time. And if it's a person of decent damage, a male, You're not going to get close enough to use it. He's going to take it from you. He's going to be pissed off. He's going to beat that ass worse.
Yep.
Don't use a taser 50-50. But you ain't need to keep your distance. The best thing to use, pepper gas. You can keep your distance. It's not considered deadly force.
Oh, no, Scan. What's up, Mr. Bennett? Hey, you know what, Mr. Bennett, if you're not busy, come up here. I want to see what Mr. Bennett laws are in New Jersey about carrying weapons in New Jersey.
The other thing, don't try to pull your pistol if the person is already in your personal space, because you are not going to get it up and be able to use it.
No. And pepper spray not working anymore. You spray that shit, motherfuckers laughing now.
If they high on PCP fentanyl, yeah.
Yeah,
but
that shit don't work.
What kind of people y'all got in Texas?
Hey, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers, you spray a motherfucker. It's YouTube videos of white boys in Texas who spray themselves in the face with pepper spray all the time to become immune.
Oh, you can't do. Oh, once you're immune to it, if they've been sprayed with it before, or they police or whatever, and it's not effective.
Exactly.
But the average person is going to stun them long enough that you can get away.
Yeah.
And you can use it with distance and use it on multiple people.
Unless they're high on something.
Yeah, if they're on PCP, you're done.
Yeah.
You can't even shoot. You got to shoot them multiple times.
Them motherfuckers on PCP, they Marvel characters.
Yeah, they'll pull the bullets out and eat them.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you ain't getting doing nothing with them. You shoot one of them niggas, they start laughing. Because listen, do y'all remember? I know World Class. This was in Baltimore, I think. You crazy motherfucker in Baltimore.
Oof.
The police had him. He had a hood over his head, and the police said stop, and he took our running, and they shot his ass multiple times with tasers, and they hit, and it was hitting that bitch. And he said, he come up out that motherfucker and kept running.
That nigga,
Crazy.
That was out the county. He was a motherfucking ninja.
Oh, you remember World Class? You remember that shit?
Yeah. That's a little old, but I remember that shit.
They shot that motherfucker 40 times with them tasers. He ripped them all out like he was a superhero. He said, and kept on running. They couldn't do shit with him.
Some people, they have to
shit with him.
You see that? Hey,
that motherfucker.
You see the nigga, the old dude. He got shot with the taser, and he said he told to somebody. He said, "I'm gonna kick your ass" or some shit like that. He got shot with the taser.
Oh yeah, the bald hair dude. When that motherfucker hit him, he said, "Hey man, don't do that shit now. You gonna make me whoop your ass now." I said, "Wow, the taser don't work." It don't work.
Sometimes they don't engage. It could be loose clothes or just bad connection. Sometimes they just don't work.
Boy, that's terrible. Hey, listen, when you get somebody like that, leave them alone.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of these people, like that guy I think that just got off that Lamont brought up. He looked like one of them socially awkward people. And I be telling people, even in the hood,
leave him alone.
It's the nigga that's quiet, that's dangerous.
Yes, will fuck you up.
It's dangerous. Like you let them alone. They ain't saying he the number one killer, but them dudes that got a little bit of words when it's struggle time. Leave him alone.
And think about it. They saying, he's probably saying, he's socially awkward. He's probably saying, stop it. Stop. Leave me alone. Stop.
Yeah, because he wasn't yelling. He was like, stop. And just
watch one night too many. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That fight response. It's like that. And he just
but I can't believe something. But back to what we was talking about the young man. I can't believe these some of these black dudes, bro.
Oh my God.
Listen, bro. I heard Unlikely, man. Shout out to Unlikely. Unlikely got a whole nother perspective. He's talking about catch the fade, stop being a punk ass little bitch ass little nigga and trying to stab a motherfucker. Nigga, 2 white boys, 6'1", 200 pounds against one little old black boy. See, I told my son, pick some up and knock the fuck out of him with it. I tell him, if 2 of them come up on you, don't let them get too close up on you.
Everybody.
Because someone knocked the fuck out his ass.
I say this. Ain't nothing wrong with living to see another day. If you got to say, you know what, man, y'all got it. Because you might catch him on Thursday and get him one-on-one. But don't try to be Superman. If one dude's on PCP, the other one ate 2 children yesterday for breakfast. Try to be a tough guy.
It don't.
Make it home.
This is what you got to think about. And I had Tommy B had to get me to start understanding these young boys in their world. They live in a different world than we live in.
They do.
They live in a different world than we live in terms of, especially the ones that get bullied and can get bullied. Because when we leave out the house, when we leave out of school, we may got our cousins, our homeboys. Their bullying is nonstop. He walk away from that, even if they're in a different school, he could go viral. Well, at least within that little community. it's no getting away from it now. Our time is different.
I can't disagree with that.
Okay.
I actually can't. Because it be some little stuff that when you pull out them cell phones, they live that shit for the rest of it. 50,000 views.
Could you imagine, bro?
But let me tell you something though. Let me go in my pocket real quick. This is what I carry with me every day. I'm at work, at church. I have my gun on me at work. I mean, I can't have it at work because I can't have it at work. But I have it every day. I have my pocket right here, and I walk in downtown Dallas, and I see them motherfuckers doing karate to themselves and doing push-ups with one arm and shit, and they hiding the motherfucker. I'm playing with nobody, and I carry this in my pocket every day. I'm ready. I will fuck you, nigga. I will rip your motherfucker.
They got a spring. They got a spring.
Who?
That night they got a spring to it.
Yes, I got a spring.
Yeah,
this is less than 3 inches though.
Okay, those are legal in Florida. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
a gun show? Huh?
Where do you think I got this one from?
Yeah,
my nine.
I think the spring is legal in Maryland too.
Yeah, I moved to Florida and I was at a gun show and I see the one with the spring and the button.
Yeah,
I'm like, ain't no way this legal.
It's legal.
This sell? I had to actually go ask the county sheriff that was working. Is this really legal? It's like, yeah.
California just made nunchucks and what's the other one that you put on your fist?
Brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles legal.
Oh, good.
What you talking about? D?
There you go, right there.
Why do you have that on standby? Like, what's wrong?
Like the sanitation department cleaning folks up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
this. You're gonna get into it when you go screen when you arguing on you or stream y'all or something.
Hold on. If he gets 10 to 15 years, I believe it's fair. Carmelo will still be alive and proven guilty by the prosecutor. But if his defense gets him off, it's called due process on either verdict. I'm game for it. No, I'm Marcus. I disagree. He shouldn't get any time for defending himself. Listen, these white motherfuckers. Okay, need to stop thinking they're entitled motherfuckers. It probably walked over to this boy and say, "Hey, get your ass from under this goddamn tent before we choke you out." And that black boy, so go ahead and touch me if you want to.
No, I'm not. Okay, I will say this.
Keep your hands.
Are there racial disparities and stuff in the courtroom? Yes. And the Collin County and whatever he was. But I'm not going to say that every time a black person and a white person get into it, it had something to do with what happened in 1826.
Well, hold on.
There are black people and white people who get into it.
But did you see the daddy of the boy that got killed go into the press conference with that man, mom and daddy today? Did y'all see it?
No.
Yeah, I heard about
it. He busted that bitch like he's gonna get it in. And guess what the old boy said from the national network shit, whatever. He was like, "Nah, we don't play that shit." He said, "You think you finna come in here and what you finna do?" He said, "We got security on your ass." And he said, "Escort his ass out of here because he's not coming here with no bullshit today."
They shouldn't have them people in the same location. If it's gonna be like that,
he walked in the press conference while that one was up there crying over her baby. He walked in.
Keep them people separated. If it's going, that's not a good idea. It's bad business.
Privilege is taking L's these days. Man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope. And then he talking about, why did they kick me out? I wanted to stand with them at the podium and show togetherness. Man, get the fuck out of here. Come on now.
You couldn't send an email or nothing or reach out.
Wasn't this the father that said he forgave the people or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes,
he might have been. It could be that, but it's still not the time.
I want to bring up the daddy.
He said he was able to forgive and said it publicly.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna bring up the daddy's arrest record for going to jail for sexual assault.
Yeah, I heard somebody was.
Hey, BMU, just being honest. The dude the dad assaulting and all that, or the dude's credit score from 5 years ago. What they got to do with this kid stabbing the other kid?
No, the thing about it, that too, right? BMU. The thing about it, if it was reversed, if Carmelo dad would have had that, we'd have known about it immediately. My thing is, was Carmelo present at the situation? Was he present at that?
No, he was not.
No.
Okay. And so,
that made it crazy.
Y'all remember the Casey Anthony case where she killed her baby? Where they say she killed her, but she got off. But remember that same situation? She was in court. The dad didn't have nothing to do with the disappearance of the baby, but they fucked his character up. They went in his past and say this who raised her. So this is why she's probably killed the baby because she was raised under this abusive ass dad.
It's not cool.
Man.
All that extra that they bringing into all this stuff, it's just not cool.
It's not.
No, here's the thing. Like I said earlier, in Tampa, where there was a white dude that shot in the car because he got in an argument with four black dudes at a gas station about loud music.
Yep, I remember that.
And he ended up shooting. It's murder. Let's just be real.
Did he get off?
No, he got 80 years. They got him.
80.
80. Yeah, 4 second-degree counts of attempted murder. He got not guilty of the murder because of a mistrial.
Okay.
But they still gave him 80 years for 4 attempted murder cases. But the attorney, one of the guys in the car was a convicted felon.
How many victims was it?
What that got to do with anything?
It was who? How many?
4. I think
It was 4 in the car. He shot in there and killed 1.
Okay.
And I think the car was pulling off. This was way before I moved to Florida. But I'm just saying, I'm fair across the board. If they bringing up that the dude was a felon, cool. Felons need to get gas too. Like, come on. Like all the extra. His credit score from 5 years ago.
Trayvon Martin's daddy was arrested in his 20s.
That got nothing to do with
He did that shit.
That boy walking down the street.
That happened.
My biggest issue with Trayvon Martin is this. Even if stand your ground, the man was walking home and it's a dude following him and his 2 little kids at home. I don't care what the law says. I'm bending it. Because, I don't want no perv, or I don't know who you are, following to the house and his little kids. Take them out. That's just what you do.
Yep. Because I'm going to warn you one time. I'm going to warn you one time. Hey, sir, you following me? I'm feeling uncomfortable. Can you please go another way? I'm gonna tell him one time. That's it. I'm not telling him more than once. Next time I turn around, sir, your funeral will be next Saturday.
Yeah. Now, the dude following the dude in the mall, I think that was more of harassment. With the prankster.
Oh, yeah,
that's harassment to me. That's not threatening. But little kids at home and I'm walking home. No, that's not cool. No.
Hey,
figure it out.
Cam, I want to add something to the Texas thing you were talking about. You see, Texas passed a law on when it was last Wednesday. They're about to turn the Texas highways into Autobahn. No speed limit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that.
I assume you're talking outside the counties, though, like no man. You're not talking
areas.
You're not talking I-20 or 30 in the city. You're talking way out there, Texas.
No. We're talking 20, 45, 635. 75.
No,
they're adding it
down that thing in the city some kind of way.
They're adding.
That's what I said. My wife said it's gonna be a fucking.
It's gonna be dead bodies.
Oh my god!
Should have. I listen. We should have.
Not a good idea.
We should have been had that here.
But you know what though? They have tested in other places like Germany has Autobahn. They have 1% of car accidents in 12 months. 1%.
No, but Dallas
are almost nothing.
The traffic is too bad and the DUIs are too bad in the city. Now, if you're talking way west Texas, Abilene, cool. But 635, 59, 69, 45.
45.
Bro, could you imagine hitting an armadillo at 120 miles an hour?
Listen, bro, I'm telling you right now. People doing it right now on 635. If your ass is doing the speed limit, you can get cussed out. Somebody gonna pull a gun on you, shoot at you.
Yeah.
Man, bro, you got to be doing 100 on 635. The motherfucker run you off the road. I'm telling you that now.
Motorcycles with no helmets. You can do that in Florida too. I'm telling you, it's not a good idea.
I was on my motorcycle one day and my navigation said go to 635. I said, fuck that. I kept straight. I said, I'm gonna go 45. Fuck that shit.
If aggressive drivers have somewhere to go, right? Because a lot of times what happens is you got aggressive drivers with people that's doing 20 miles that take they driving 7 miles an hour in a turn. Like, just like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it when you got those two mixing up, those old ladies that can just, that just takes forever to get from one place to the next. That mix up is what's causing a lot of accidents. And it'd be them slow drivers. If you give aggressive drivers a way out, it'll reduce casualties and accidents. Plus, all around the world where there's not a stop sign or red light, they have the lowest accident rates.
Yeah.
When you watch this, next time you go to a stop sign, when you have a power outage where that light, the traffic light is flashing, look how people act. People take more caution people, you ain't gonna see no accidents. That shit can be out for the whole day. You ain't gonna get no accident right there. No matter where it's at. People take more care into the intersection when it ain't no light there.
They scam in San Antonio. My daughter had a tournament in San Antonio. The speed limit in San Antonio right now is 85.
85?
The sign said 85. I said, I know you motherfucking lying. It's gonna be a prank.
Ooh.
That bitch said speed limit 85. I said, oh shit.
How much can you go? How much can you go over? 5 miles?
So you could do 90. We already had one.
Because I heard of an 80. It used to be 70, and then before I moved from Texas, I saw the 75 I-10 leaving.
Mm-hmm.
It turned into 75, maybe like 2015, 16. That's the highest I ever seen.
Oh yeah, wait till come back now.
I haven't been to West Texas. My cousin said it got it. Going to El Paso is 80. Now you saying it's 85?
85, bro.
God.
So when that Autobahn
55, and then all of a sudden they put that 70 up, and everybody was like, "Oh damn, there's gonna be some folks dying around here." You remember that? They used to make songs about I can't drive 55. You know what I'm saying? They put that 70 up, then everybody jaw drop. Now imagine if you pull up on a sign that says speed minimum 120.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Dude,
I need that in my life.
I know one thing. You're gonna be stopping for gas more frequently though.
Yeah, gas gonna go up. That's the only thing they're gonna be able to do.
That's the only thing gonna be. But just imagine you got a 4-hour trip and you got the cruise control on 110.
Yes.
The first time I ever saw a speed minimum, I was in Georgia. It said minimum is 40 miles an hour.
Wow.
I ain't never seen no minimums. Huh?
Yeah, but you know what's gonna fuck shit up?
Minimums.
You know what's gonna fuck shit up? People driving through Texas with no speed limit on 110 miles an hour on cruise control and cross that Louisiana state line. You know, state troopers gonna be sitting right there waiting on your motherfucking man.
I was gonna say, you knew what they're gonna do.
Yep.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a city fun. Whatever city, what city do you cross in Louisiana? It's not Lafayette. What is it?
To go what? From Texas?
When you cross into that first city, what is it?
Alexandria. Because when I go to Louisiana, sometimes I go through Alexandria to get off 20. Oh, 20? What's that right there?
That might be Alexandria. I used to come from 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you go on Alexandria way, you can go Shreveport way.
Yeah, that whatever it is on 10, they're gonna be doing fundraising.
Yep.
They're gonna make a killing. I was mad I had a ticket in
Mississippi. That's right, Robert. You right. It's Lake Charles. He right.
Lake Charles, yeah.
Yep, he right.
Mm-hmm. In Mississippi, there was a stretch where the speed limit goes from 55 to 70 or something. They pulled me over and gave me a ticket. And where I'm pulled over at, I'm like, sir, the sign is right there. It says 70. He got me for going like 68 or something in the 55. Yeah, but you have to wait till you get to the line before you can go 70. Really, fool? It's just them in that city trying to, and
that's Mississippi, man. That's all you need to know.
Oh, yeah, shit. Mississippi gonna show you. Listen,
but that town, all they do is park right there where the signs change and start dishing out tickets and making money. That's all it was.
Mississippi's so fucking racist. Lost, you know. Well, some racist motherfuckers in Mississippi, boy. Them trailer trash motherfuckers, they'll pull you over and kill you. Boy, if you get pulled over in Mississippi, just start praying.
I told you, man. People think it pay to be racist. It don't, man.
It don't.
No,
most of the time, most of these racist states, man, they be the poorest states in the nation.
The place I know of not to deal with is Vidor, Texas.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that old racist motherfucker.
That I've heard about.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And it happens to be on I-10.
And Conroe, too. Conroe, Texas, too, right before Houston. Shit.
Yeah, I knew people who stayed in Conroe. I ain't heard too much about that.
Shit. Conroe,
motherfucker.
Listen, I got arrested in Conroe.
Let me tell you, all the black folks know all the cities you ain't supposed to go to.
Yep.
You know, in Georgia, you ain't supposed to come through Forsyth. You know, in Alabama, you ain't supposed to come through Coleman. You know what I'm saying? You go through Mississippi, you know you ain't supposed to go through Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know, man.
Baltimore is done, dog.
Oh, you shit. Lost in translation Utica too.
Exactly.
Yeah, Utica, Mississippi. Shit, I wouldn't drive through that bitch to save nothing. I'm going around that motherfucker. If I go around, I'm going around. Utica is that place is horrible.
In Maryland, it's anywhere where you can see a boat.
Dang.
Guess them white boys out there. They don't want to be
over there on the dock.
Robert said he worked there in Mississippi. He said, I worked there. They told me and my cousin, don't be here when it get dark. He said, nigga, I quit that job.
And I don't blame him either.
I don't either. Because you know they still got them sundown towns.
Of course they do.
Because if you look on my arm right here, I have sundown tattooed on my arm because that's what they used to call my grandfather. Because my grandfather used to break the laws of sundown. So they used to call him sundown. He used to sit out there and wait till it get dark, sit right by the sign.
This Louisiana?
Uh-huh. You stupid motherfucker. He used to sit out there and wait for the sun to go down and dare a motherfucker to say something to him. And everybody has his nickname. They call him Sundown.
Yeah, my family stories is different. My people are from the north. It's different.
My granddad was fucking stupid.
Yeah, we do things a little differently down in the South, brother.
My grandma said, she used to beg him, please don't go out there at night fucking with them police out. He said, I own this fucking land. I'm going to be out here the fuck I want to be out here. Crazy.
No, I'm from Virginia, so other people's parents and grandparents had stories, or my parents and grandparents did. They had some stories, but it wasn't like actual Virginia, actual down south stories.
Right.
Yeah, my mom and them side from Virginia. We used to go to Newport News.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes where I'm from.
Yeah. How's Newport News?
Negative. Well, downtown, like where Vicky I'm from.
Upgrade from Baltimore.
It's a small area and everything happens right there. It's just negative. Just don't be over.
Ain't nothing else going on there?
Like one of my best friends from over there. And it's
chill.
The most common thing to do, they just want to fight because they just mad all day. Like that's just what it was growing up over there.
Tommy B.
What's happening,
Right.
Tommy?
What's up, Tommy?
No, the thing is, some of these cities, like Tommy stayed out, he was stationed out there. Norfolk, Newport News, Portsmouth. It'll be a bad neighborhood there, then a good one. Bad one, then a good one. Bad, okay, good. It's not like a Detroit or Baltimore, or St. Louis.
Yeah.
Bad,
Sure.
bad, 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 bad.
Is anything worse than Gary, Indiana right now?
I haven't
Memphis.
been through there, but
Memphis.
Gary,
And,
boy.
Memphis.
Gary,
Memphis,
Indiana,
definitely.
nigga. I looked up some houses, boy. And the
St.
houses
Louis.
in Indiana, they look like rats on them. And
East
they
St.
talking
Louis.
about 100,000, 200,000.
Yeah, no,
What the
where you
fuck?
from? New Orleans. They wild right now.
I've been in New Orleans. It's a jungle. Detroit's the worst I've ever been to.
Same thing.
Yeah, Detroit's still bad.
Detroit was rough.
I love you, baby, but same thing.
Birmingham,
Yeah,
hell.
That
New Orleans is
Ville.
hell. Baltimore is hell.
There's certain parts of Birmingham, you know, we're trying to clean this
Baltimore's
bucket
hell.
up. man.
Baltimore always gonna be hell. The devil literally was born in Baltimore.
New Orleans.
I know
boy.
one thing, you've been there carry your ass to Memphis with that foolishness.
Boy,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
I just went to Mardi Gras, and there was a white man standing out there. You could tell he wasn't from New Orleans. And so I'm sitting there with my family, all my family there, and I'm just sitting watching these crazy motherfuckers. So the white dude was cheat, had his baby with his wife. Black dude passed by him, and the white dude was like, "Could you move or something?" The black dude sat there with his cigarette. He said, he got the cigarette and put that bitch out on his shirt.
Oh wow.
I said, "Oh," and the white dude gonna try to chase him down. I said, "Oh, he finna die. He finna die." my mama say that man finna kill him. I said, "Mama, he finna die. We need to help him. He don't understand where the fuck he at. He don't understand
You
where the
start
fuck he
hitting the
at."
soundtrack.
Oh my god! I mean, he turned around, put that motherfucker out on his shirt. The white dude looking like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do?" Don't say nothing to this cat. Just leave him alone.
Shit, man. I don't care how gangster you in your city. You go to somebody else's city, man. You better act like a tourist. You don't know how they do out there. I gotta try to put in. Stay in the house, niggas. Stop. That shit ain't.
Man,
You don't know what they're talking about.
It's a nigga in New Orleans. They call it, what is it called? Honey bun. So honey bun is the guy that you come to. Say for instance, you get a boot put on your car while you're in New Orleans. And they come through there. We booted you, baby. They booted you. The honey bun will say, "Give me $50. I'll take that motherfucker out right now." And he a street nigga. He don't work for the city or nothing.
Yeah.
You give him that $50, he'll throw that motherfucker to the side and say, "Y'all have a good night. Thank you." You drive off. Shit. Honey bun, a motherfucker. Boy, go to New Orleans and say, "Hey, anybody know a honey bun there?" Everybody know that nigga. You get a boot on your car, call honey bun. Yeah. Honey bun come. That nigga take a boot off a car in 30 seconds.
You're world class. I never knew till you was talking on one of your streams where you was talking about Baltimore invented Uber.
Nah, we had
like I'll be driving in Baltimore. I couldn't figure out when they keep doing this.
So
in the street.
So that's
I never
called.
knew what that meant.
It's called hacking.
Robert, you stupid, bro.
I was like, what
No, he like
not
no.
till you mentioned it. Like that's what that is. And you
I'm
driving
30.
people in the street keep doing
Thank you,
this.
Braxton, no.
I'm 39, bro. This shit they've been doing this shit before I was even born. So what you do is we hang out, we go like this at the end of the corner, and somebody just come by. You know, if it's called hacking, and they give you a ride. Back in the day, it's like $5 to go like halfway from east side to west side, or $10, something like that. So yeah, niggas used to be doing that, and then the old guys, they hang outside the grocery stores where they know the old people be at, and they give them rides home. So this was in like the 80s. It's called hacking. Don't if you do some shit like this, like you whatever the law hitchhiking shit that we know you're not from around. You're not from around here. It'd be like people from different cities coming out shit, and they start doing the shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, we've been doing that shit.
Every stoplight is somebody just looking at me and doing like, dude, what the hell is that?
I know you trying to get a ride for a couple of hours,
bro. And look at this right here. He said Baton Rouge ain't no better. Yeah, you right.
That's where Boosie from. Boosie from Baton Rouge.
Yep.
Boosie and Webby from Baton Rouge.
And think about it. In Baton Rouge, they over there, they trying to protect LSU Stadium. If you go to an LSU game, all that shit you be seeing on ESPN, they showing you the good part of the fucking stadium. Around that motherfuckers, niggas selling dope, bitches selling pussy. It's nigga.
LSU?
What?
Yeah.
Go to an LSU game. You're gonna get offered beer, pussy, drugs, pills, everything you can imagine around that fucking stadium.
Yeah, I had an ex that went undergrad and master's at LSU. She's from Baton Rouge.
So you understand?
It was a jungle.
Gee.
I mean, we got
you walking in the door with your ticket.
Go home type girl.
You walking in the door with you walking in the gate with your ticket to get him the ticket to the game, and the girl say, "You want to fuck real quick?" She's standing right by the gate. Find them motherfucker. You got 150?
Hell yeah.
Wait. I mean, we got Coppin State. That's an HBCU. That's literally in the worst neighborhood.
God, this is a jungle.
The mall next to Coppin State is called Mondawmin. I can't even say the word. Shadowban. It's called the Deletion Mall with an M.
And Southern look like Lean on Me.
And so many people got shot in that mall. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, Morgan's in the hood.
You go to Southern, Mr. Clark.
No, Morgan is in a good neighborhood. That's the best part of Baltimore, Northeast.
Where Coppin is? Oof.
Coppin is to hell. It's not too far from where Freddie Gray and all that happened. Rise. It's the hood. It's the hood. The hood.
Miss Locke, what's up, baby?
Yes, it's fishes out there.
But man,
yeah,
I'm telling you, boy, you go to Southern University if you want to. Boy, I'm telling you, it's real bad. I'm telling you, Lawson says laugh. I'm telling you, you're looking for Mr. Clark. It looked like fucking the Lean on Me over there.
Get the chains on the dogs.
The college?
Yes.
Wow.
The college.
Yeah,
Southern University, nigga. The HBCU.
Most HBCUs are in the hood. Most of them.
Yep.
Most of them, okay.
Yeah, I went to Norfolk State. In 80s and 90s, it was a 7-Eleven across the street. I used to call 18711. That was bad. But by the time I started going,
your wife to put you out.
Right.
Trey on the road.
Trey, your wife done put you out, boy. God damn,
put out.
I know that. I know a Motel 6 when I see one. Goddamn it! I know a Motel 6 when I see one.
Hold on, Trey Ferd.
He got Sir Hale's Adidas. He got Sir Hale's Adidas jogging suit on. You got that from Sir Hale.
Yo, not Sir Hale caught a stray. That's hilarious.
Hey, Trey, tell us the truth, man. What's going on? We here for you tonight. This is Barbershop. Oh, blink once. See me? Blink twice. Okay.
He's on mute, man. So he's doing something.
He said, "What better?" You gotta give permission.
Take the shower or something, you know.
Blink if you need help.
Hey, Trey, if you need help, blink twice.
What's going on?
No, my microphone is acting funny. Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
you on the lamb? What's going on, man? You on the run?
No, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
I'm just visiting my son, man, hanging out with him. We just
okay.
Up in Chicago. I came up here.
Hey, Trey.
You hear what you say? Yeah, I'm just here with my son, man. I ain't doing nothing, man.
Hey, move your fingers a little bit.
Right.
Hold on, what up, boy?
What up?
He can't hear you. They said, "What's up?"
Oh yeah, you got the headphones.
Oh, okay, I thought you was in there hollering like this here. It's good to see you, man. Chilling with your son, bruh. Okay. All right.
You know, he's finishing up his what week are you in this CDL? He got a CDL, so he'll be finishing that up soon. Say they've been out on the road. So
hey, ask him how he feel about AI trucks taking over the road.
They said, "How do you feel about AI trucks taking over the road?" Come here. Hold on, he a little, a little shy, but he all right.
Because why he coming? Elon Musk said that. Elon Musk said in 2029 or 2030, trucks are gonna be you're gonna load them up, and the trucks are gonna drive themselves, back themselves in. They're gonna unload the truck, and the truck gonna bring itself back.
I just don't like that idea.
They already took over loading trucks with AI.
Yeah, so AIs are loading trucks now. But
What
basically, he wasn't on. So let me repeat it again. Basically, what Elon Musk said by 2030, 2035, 18-wheeler trucks are going to be unmanned, and they're going to load the AI robots are going to load the trucks up. The trucks are going to drive all the way to the spot nonstop, no stop for resting, none of that shit. They're going to drop the load and drive back on its own.
Yeah, y'all don't. You ask him. I'm like,
he said,
so how do you feel about the AI taking over the road, bro? That one look just like his daddy, boy. God damn.
Yes. Carbon copy.
He look just like his daddy, boy. He go to the courtroom, the judge gonna tell the bailiff put that motherfucker in jail for 30 years.
Trey Ferg went back in the past and got himself.
Yep. Oh, he can't. Can you hear us now?
He ain't as handsome as me, but he's getting there.
Shit.
Yeah, y'all look just alike, boy.
He getting there. He'll be all right.
I bet he got more females than you had, though.
That's a fact.
No.
Oh, no?
He ain't nothing like me. That's good. That's good. He ain't nothing like me. He's more laid back. Look.
Yeah, Ferg got more ass than the toilet seat, boy.
Listen, tell him about your story that you told me today. Look. See why the guys be out there whining? Tell him what you told me today.
I was at Bueno Beef getting my mama some food, and then I seen this girl in the drive-thru. She was taking the order. She kept staring at me too much. You know, I got a one combo meal, so she had me pull up to the next window, and I'm seeing everybody else still pull off. So I'm going to after she finished with everybody in the line, she come to personally hand me my food. So I just asked her for how old she was, asked her what she was from, and then got a number. She wrote on the bag.
She fine.
Yeah, she looked like a cute little girl. She was my age, 22.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she wrote it down. She hand wrote it.
Yeah, she wrote down a cool little Sharpie on the paper bag.
My nigga,
Okay.
always make her write it down. Now I want to write it down. Don't waste your time.
I'm so goddamn proud of you.
She running the family, so I'm sorry.
Well, Trey, you may learn a little bit from him. He got girls handwriting in a time where there's cell phones. Come on now.
I don't want to learn none of this new stuff. I'm gonna stick to the old stuff. I won't learn none of this new stuff.
Oh, Trey, this is what Trey used to doing. Hey, let me tell you, little Fergie. This is what Trey used to. This is what your daddy used to say. Hey, what's up, baby? He be like, hey, Trey.
He barely older than you.
Hey,
he talking about.
What's up, Trey? Hey, baby. I'm just trying to fuck something. You fucking tonight?
I wasn't that ruthless.
Next thing you know, Trey in there sweating like a burning calories like a
I burned some candles.
Arpain used to be like that too. Arpain the Q dog. Ain't you a Q dog, Arpain?
I wasn't there.
Oh yeah, see the dogs get a lot of pussy, boy. The dogs get a lot. World class know it. But them Q dogs, boy.
Arpain be over there telling, hey baby.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed?
Crazy.
Nah, young player should have told her. I see you
Man,
speaking, but you ain't speaking. Maybe it was happening.
Y'all bad influence, man.
Hey, they got Tommy on billboards in California. Goddamn.
Hey, baby, don't peek and don't speak. Come on,
hey, come on now. Come on now. They got billboards for Tommy boy in California. Goddamn it!
Hey man, I don't know what you talking about, black man.
Shit. He
If
said,
I ain't
"Hey,
get caught, I ain't
bitch."
do it.
The sign say, "Bitch, don't look at me and bark. Come get some of this Yellowstone National Park."
Okay. Okay. All right. Yellowstone National Park is crazy.
That shit is insane,
man.
Hey, what you telling world
We're
class?
gonna call. Oh wow.
World class, because I know you eating a lot of ass and pussy over there. The Baltimore niggas like to eat ass now. Talk about it. Look at him. You know I ain't lying.
Oh, I'm
I eat a
vegan.
lot
I
of
eat ass.
ass, boy. Trey Fur eat a lot of ass too. Look at him. Trey
Hell
Fur
yeah.
got a face that eat ass. Look at him.
You know, light skin niggas eat ass the best.
Oh yeah. Oh, Lost too. Look at Lost. Look at Lost. He cheering.
No, man. That's
Don't
you
put that
brown
on me.
skins be eating all that ass and shit. Have some ass crumbs in your beards and shit.
Yeah, I bet Lost and Trey
me.
can. I bet Lost and Trey can find colon cancer with they be eating ass, boy.
No, man. We ain't with that, man.
My talking point remains the same. Overweight men that are willing to eat ass but won't eat fruits and vegetables. I can't get with it.
So Scam like,
vegetables.
Scam like, ask you a question. Scam, do you eat ass? Yes or no?
No, I eat fruits and vegetables.
So you don't eat ass?
No, fruits.
Hold on. So
and
you
vegetables.
so you down there sucking on that Pongo pygmaeus.
Water, fruit, vegetables.
And she slide that ass up in your mouth. What you doing?
Fruits, vegetables. My food comes from the fridge, not the toilet.
Scam, you're a liar. Scam, if you with your woman and you down there eating that Pongo pygmaeus and she slide that booty up by them lips, you're not going to stop. Stop.
Fruits, vegetables, unprocessed, undigested food.
Okay, hold on. Let's get back to the world class. World class. Baltimore niggas eat ass. Yes or no?
Do. They probably do. More than likely, yeah.
Y'all do, right? Y'all do.
No, I know y'all. I don't know. I don't participate in the ass eating. I'm vegan. I'm not an ass eater.
What if she ate a salad that day?
That's crazy. That right there is wild. That's too much. That's if she ate a salad that day. I'm supposed to put my face.
Some of that lettuce get in
and
there.
her shitter.
Yeah, some of that lettuce in there.
Cucumber melon, you know what I'm saying?
Because Tommy B, I heard rumors about Tommy B for a while. They said Tommy B could eat an apple and not even touch the outside of it.
What?
So the apple just empty, hollow. God damn it.
I
want
me some
this shit cool first.
To the tutor, man.
Look at him. Look, you see it? He say shit.
Hey, man. Lips, hips, and fingertips, man. I need all that.
Yeah. And look at R-Pain. Don't you look at R-Pain? Can't you tell he's an ass eater?
Can we get a dietitian to hit the
R-Pain just like to smell it.
Huh?
No way. I'm old school, man. Shit, I'm old school, man. You definitely know I wasn't eating no goddamn. That's all for you new crew, motherfuckers. You know,
some glory.
I definitely passed the Mason Dukes a lot on that one.
Let them know our pain.
Tell him R-Pain. You was doing it before they called it tossing salad.
Hey, he was on the Titanic eating ass.
Look at the vegan.
Yeah, he's on the back of the Titanic
eating ass.
I didn't even know nobody ate no ass, man. Shit, man. You guys are crazy, man.
That nigga's on the Titanic back there tearing that ass up by them propellers. Oh shit.
I'm an advocate for health.
Oh my God. So hold on, Skim, like, let me ask you a question. Because you still out in the dating pool, right? You still out in the dating game?
Something like that.
How's it looking out there? What's happening out there right now?
I'll say this. I ain't gonna sit here and women's.
There you go.
There's a bunch of bad women over here and they're out of control. Then there's some, but there's still decent women out here. Just gotta find them.
I agree.
Or you got to be decent yourself.
Like 6 of them.
Enough to at least have decent conversation with the bad ones.
I agree.
But all this extra stuff, more black women. No, I'm not really with it.
So when's the last time a black woman was rude to you?
Be honest.
Yeah, I got to think about it. I really don't.
Because you don't be out there much like that though.
No, I don't get bad energy. I go to better places. I talk to better people. I don't get a whole bunch of bad energy.
You do be in good places though, because I saw you at a salsa place one time. You do a lot of salsa dancing and shit.
Yeah, those people, they polite as hell. No fight.
Yeah.
Nah.
So you like the Spanish women?
Don't matter. Spanish, black, Hispanic, don't matter to me.
Spanish women like him.
So world class, how the
That's
dating
all that
pool out there
matters.
for
You
you,
know what I'm saying?
world class?
What happened?
How's the dating pool out there for you? All that ass you
I
eating?
don't know that. That's just a thing. I'm too fond
So
of
you
it.
eating all that ass and you ain't committed to nobody?
No, we don't do the ass eating over here.
Rental center ass.
I'll eat some pussy now. I'm good on that.
So you
But
eat the Pongo pygmaeus.
What? Say it again. What's that word?
Pongo pygmaeus.
What's that Spanish for?
Monkey.
Oh wow.
Monkey is mono in Spanish.
Monkey is Pongo pygmaeus. Look it up. Google it.
Mono is monkey.
No, I ain't saying Spanish. I'm talking about like their species is called Pongo pygmaeus.
Oh.
Yeah, I give a monkey a mouth bath. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's why you want to take your shades off because you know you eat ass. You want to see your facial expression.
That's crazy. Don't even what how does that correlate? What correlated?
Because I heard some women on YouTube, they had a whole listen, world class. It's time for you to come forward and start telling the truth now. Because I've seen a whole live of females talking about you eating their ass.
The beard give it away.
You got a beard. You got a beard yourself saying it. That's that don't even make sense.
I didn't deny it, brother.
See, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. Them niggas in California eat that they eat the fruit before it turned the right color. You understand?
Oh yeah, the banana that's green.
Yeah, he eating the green banana.
It be your own, bro. It be your own.
Listen,
those are the best. Those are the best bananas.
Tommy B, I'm going on all your videos you've been dropping in number reporter. I just want you to know that. I can't get with the ass eating. That's just not.
Don't pay if you know.
World class. If she's sitting on your face, world class, and she slide up, you gonna stop?
I'm gonna slide the fuck with her. I'm not gonna. Slide up. We on the same side.
Let me talk to a real nigga. Tommy B. She sit on your face, Tommy B. If she slide up, you gonna let that booty hit you in the mouth,
Check this out, dog.
Tommy B ain't real.
Hey, look, man, y'all gotta understand, nigga. I put my nose in that motherfucker, bro. Y'all niggas stop playing, dog.
Oh god damn it!
This nigga.
See, Trey. See, that's a real nigga. He telling the truth.
Yeah, well, let him be real, cause I ain't never ate none. Ain't never tried.
Trey Bird taking up.
Hey, Trey Bird, you was a goddamn lie. Because if you and your wife are being intimate, and your wife sit on that face, and you back there, you like to moan all that. If you know that you got your eyes closed, and your wife slide that ass up on that mouth, you not gonna push her on the floors. So stop the fucking cap.
My wife is just like me. She don't want me to put my finger there. She don't want none of that shit to get close. We don't do that shit over here.
Niggas just want to walk around with pink eye.
At all. Now, BMU, I see why you got them AI glasses, them old Ray-Bans, so you want a bird's eye view of that shit. You want to record yourself going in. I know.
And put some cinematic music behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking gingivitis and E. coli.
I gotta agree with something J Speed said.
Oh God.
I believe that some of these diseases came from mixing the digestive system and
in the mouth.
No, certain system, reproductive and digestive and whatever you call disposal system.
So Scan, hold on, so Scan, let me ask you a question. So
That's
should
why
men eat? So should
men
men eat? I'm gonna ask you the basics. Should men eat pussy? Yes or no, Scam?
Fifth Amendment. Scam likely was nowhere to be found. He was on vacation.
World class. Should men eat pussy? Yes or no?
Like a diet.
Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, good.
Should men eat pussy? R-Pain, yes or no?
I think eating pussy should be a discriminator. I said if the girl don't look like a pussy is good enough to be eaten, you shouldn't be fucking with.
Yeah, sexy red shouldn't. I agree.
Tommy B, you eating sexy red pussy or not?
He eat. This
nigga no, not sexy red. Fuck no. Hell no. Whoa. Come on there. Come on there.
Sexy brown.
when you come out with a lip gloss called gonorrhea, you told me enough, bitch.
Yeah, boy, your beard be gone fucking with that motherfucker. Trey Bird, should a man eat pussy or not?
Man, I'll share our pain sentiments on that.
Fifth Amendment.
I don't
Lost in translation.
Don't chase booty.
You know,
Fruits
a
and
man should
vegetables.
not eat pussy.
Fruits and vegetables.
Why not?
I ain't say that. I'm just saying.
I don't chase booty.
Oh, okay. So you'll eat the coop, but you won't eat the boot.
I'm not gonna do all that.
Understood. Yeah, you eat the coop, but not the boot. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay, now
Southern
you
girl
gotta
calling
answer
the
that
cooler
same
window.
question, BMU.
Yeah.
What?
If you
You gotta answer the same.
He doing it all. BMU
Oh,
doing it
absolutely.
all.
What? You about to eat
You
that
got
thing
knife
up? What?
and fork, man. Dinner table. You got a, you know, shit. A
Yeah.
napkin.
Hand me
around
one
the
of those dinner cloths. Listen, you gotta
Yeah.
eat that thing up, man.
So fuck it. Tommy B, since you eat ass, you need a golden showers too?
Nah, come on, man. You gotta chill, dog. Come on, man.
Because he didn't know. Trey Burke, you ever did a golden shower? Trey Burke, tell the fucking truth now. When you was in the military over there and hungry or some shit, you didn't do no golden showers over there with Ming Ming and Ding Ding. Come on, tell the truth.
Ming Ming and Ding Ding.
I'm just.
I ain't about to give you the golden shower.
How you going to
Trey Burke
ingest?
said, Trey Burke, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
How you going to ingest shit, right? But you only use pit.
I'll be telling you, I paint crack era adults, boy. They have no limitations. They do all that shit.
This is worse than crack.
Scam like
It's worse.
Hold on, scam. When you was in the military, scam like you went over there. You went over there getting no golden showers across the seas, getting no ass. Stop now.
I was a virgin when I went in the military. I was a virgin when I came out. How about that?
Wow.
I was going to say
Lying as hell. Lying as hell.
What you say, Trey?
No, I'm telling you that's actually true.
If he was, you must have been moving a lot different, man. You must have been
You
hiding
was
out,
a
man.
sad love. We just gonna say you was a
hiding
sad
out,
nigga.
man.
We would have told you the fuck up, man. You got your fucking
Pause,
bro.
Tommy.
You threw in the room with about three or
That
four
shit
of them
is
and said, "Get
insane.
out."
That was nasty work.
You'd have tore your ass up as wow.
This nigga said he went in as a virgin and came. Nigga, what?
Yeah, I was only 20 when I got out, but
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck.
And all the records.
Tommy, you was hitting that foreign pussy?
Hell, nigga had them throwing the hood up. Not even lying, nigga. Not even lying. Roll to Spain, nigga. They know about us.
Oh,
wow.
Dubai, they know about us.
So Trey Ferg, when you was cross seas, you didn't get no ass?
No, my only time across sea, like overseas, was when I was in Saudi Arabia. You wasn't.
Saudi Arabia got ass now.
But you know, soldiers, yeah, they going. So I can only deal with soldiers over there.
Yeah, they situation different. Like the Navy, we go over there to go chill. They go over there to go fight. So yeah, we was chilling. We was maxing, relaxing. We was outside.
Who had the finest girls, Tommy B? Tell the truth.
You know, I'm gonna tell you what surprised me was I thought Air Force, Army and Marines. Like I don't know why, but the finest ones go like to the combat. You know, I actually had a bad Army when I pulled at MEPS, bro, and we got shipped off, so I never was able to tap in.
Oh shit!
But
so what country has the finest women?
What country?
Well, shit. I mean, I went to Spain. You know, Spain got them. But I'm gonna tell you, Dubai tripped me out because we ran into Ethiopians, and you know, when we was growing up, Ethiopians was like the fly on the eyeball, super skinny.
Yeah, light bulb head.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm talking video vixen thick. I'm talking ass all open. Listen.
That's a vibe,
yeah.
If God made anything better, he kept it for himself.
Ethiopians are quite right.
Nigga. Hey, them Ethiopians wasn't no joke.
They be cool with you, bro. They the best Africans I've ever met in my life.
That shit was different. I'm
they
like,
do
wait,
date black
they
men
Ethiopian? They said, yeah. I'm like, nigga, whenever we saw Ethiopian, it was the commercial. They was lying, boy. Ethiopia.
Well, Tommy, a lot of them went to ODU, and you was at NOB. You didn't see them there.
Nah, we didn't really fuck with the colleges because man, them niggas was shook. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like I remember we went to my homeboy went to Hampton, and we went to a party. My nigga, when I tell you when we walked in there, the whole party cleared out. I'm like, damn, nigga, like. I mean, like you know, we had the grills and all of that shit, but like,
Oh, that's why.
come party.
Not at Hampton. That don't fly at Hampton.
I saw that whole shit, bro.
Yeah. not a Hampton. Hampton different. My brother went to Hampton. Well, I used to be up there all the time too.
But
listen, I'm gonna tell the story one more. I'm gonna tell the story one more time. I promise I ain't gonna say it no more. I went to Vegas when I was selling cars for Mazda. Mazda sent us to Vegas to go test out the new model cars coming out. My homeboy was over there in Vegas, and he was talking to a girl. They were chilling, laughing, or whatever. And I was like, okay, you can pull him. I'm like, God damn, that motherfucker ain't been here 2 hours. So they just talking, keep laughing. He said, all right, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. What I gotta do. What I gotta do. Okay, go ahead.
That's Vegas.
Uh-huh. And so next thing you know, I get back to the room. I'm chilling. I hear. I said, what the fuck? I said, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker? It's 1 o'clock in the goddamn morning. He say, bruh. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said, bitch. I said, I know, goddamn, man, did you kill that girl? Did she die or something? I said, bruh, please don't tell me you done no fucking stupid shit, nigga. He told me, I said, you gotta go if you did some stupid shit. He said, no, man, I got something to tell you, boy. He said, it ain't no bitch, man. That was a fucking nigga,
Oh, yeah, that's. Oh,
I said, bro, oh my God. I said, you okay? He said, man, he said, man, promise you won't tell nobody. I said, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Today. That nigga will cry his whole, bro. I said, what happened? He said, man, we was kidding. You don't want to really talk about it. I said, man, you got to tell me, bro, because I'm trying to help you through this, man. What happened? He said, we was kissing.
Oh.
I said, oh my God. And he said, and then why would he even say this? He said, then that bitch started sucking my dick, man. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, best head I ever fucking had in my life.
Oh my God.
Watch this word. No. I wish I could call him right now, but he'd probably be so fucking embarrassed. So then,
you think?
He said, the girl told him, go down on me. He was like, hell yeah, baby, I'm gonna show you what this tongue do. He said he got all the way down on his knees. And he said he pulled the panties down like this here. He said as he pulled the panties down, the dick slid right across his, like right here.
Hey, babe, you ain't no way fucking way this is real. It's no way.
No.
It ain't no way. It's no way.
I swear to God on my kids' life. On my kids' life. He said he pulled the panties down and the dick come unfolded and went and look. He had his head like this.
Oh God, no!
And that motherfucker come out them panties and went down inside his fucking forehead.
In front of the millions.
Black man, one of two things got to be either one, the story is a lie, or two, he might go both ways or something. No, I'm saying, I'm just being honest.
No, this what you should have told him. Like,
oh my fucking
that's
kids,
what
bro.
your nasty ass get for trying to eat coochie on the first date. Are you fucking
that part? That right there. That part.
That's insane.
Imagine knowing it's a nigga and still telling another nigga it's the best head I've had in my life. That's crazy.
Bro, something's not right.
That's what he said. Look, but I asked him that later. I said, bro, why did you have to say this the best head? He said, bro, I was trying to give you all the details.
Nah, bro.
But I will tell y'all this though.
He might be on the other side.
After that shit, bro. After that shit, world class and scam y'all. He was never the same. He didn't laugh no more. He didn't play around no more. This nigga was serious. He used to sit at the desk like this. Like he was just so fucking unmotivated, bro. He was sick, boy. Sick.
Something ain't right with that stuff. Being me. I'm just saying.
No, he said he pulled them panties down. That dick came out the motherfucker.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna drop right.
The OEM equipment.
Maybe I'm the only guy. When the niggas that dress like chicks wear the perfume, it ain't a weird smell to y'all. It's like they got a weird. It's weird.
I sat next to one at a job before. It's a horrible smell. Something's just
it's weird. It's like when you, Tommy, I get what you're saying, but I'm like, they work in different. Like I eat at a Whole Foods spot, like an organic market. It's a local one called Mall. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the Whole Foods spot was wild.
Man, God.
But so they be cash registers, and you can smell that. It's a weird ass fucking smell, bro. It's like it's weird. I don't know how to explain that.
Go together.
Yes,
world class. They must have did something different.
Taps into your pheromones, man. Men have different pheromones than women.
They must have done something different though, because they recreating these bitches to look like bitches for real.
Yeah, but they can't fix that smell though.
That's
fucking awkward as fuck.
Yeah, they smell like skunk sweat for sure. But yeah, man. After a while, that dude he stopped selling cars. He stopped being active, and then one day we came in, he wasn't there no more. They said they let him go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they let him go.
The math don't add up. I don't know.
You
If
got to
they're
bring him a show.
anywhere within 100 meters and somebody appears to be something funny and it's kind of like coming towards me, I'm killing everybody I see. I'm telling you, something's gonna click in my brain and it's
Make
all
sure it's
out
in
war.
Texas, nigga, so you can stand your ground.
No, I can't. I couldn't be just like, oh man, I'm sorry. You have to. Something's gonna click in my brain. It's gonna be straight up warfare. I'm gonna black out. And I couldn't see somebody telling that story. Something up with that dude. He might have been on the other side anyway. I'm just saying.
Did you hear the beginning of the story? He was eating coochie that he ain't even familiar with. That was a red flag for me.
Tommy B, it wasn't coochie.
No, I'm saying, but no.
What is called loss? What is called loss? What they call on the street loss? Bussy. Listen, this is fucking retarded. I'm so glad Uncle Jeff ain't here. Uncle Jeff will lose his fucking mind.
We matter of fact, we had a white boy in the military the other day in the strip club.
Ooh.
Like, what are you doing, my guy? Face all in that motherfucker. You got it, G.
Ooh. I'm just saying, like, man, what does a man do though? Like, I would have never told nobody, but I would have choked that motherfucker to the end of his life. I wouldn't told nobody.
I would have blacked out. It'd have been straight up warfare.
Yeah, the closest I got to some shit like that was I was in a car with my boy in Houston, and I guess it's a certain part of Houston where they be at.
Montrose.
And, I'm not sure what part, but I was like, damn, look at her. He was like, no, nigga, in this part of town, you don't. I was like, okay. And that,
I mean, bro, and if we be honest with each other, bro, Trey, all jokes aside, bro, I'm telling you, man, these doctors have mastered turning these niggas into bitches.
But yeah, we got a dude in my motorcycle club that's about to go to Thailand. We was like, nigga,
But
be
didn't
careful.
y'all have some patty to tell y'all? Listen, man, my auntie told me this, man. You always, anytime you meet a woman, the news she knew and you in that position to where you could possibly, you always do the old school scratch
Check
and
that
sniff.
They said the
Oh yeah,
scratch and
yeah.
sniff.
No. Hold on.
Hold on, man.
First
You
of all,
listen.
if I've
That ain't
just
no
met you,
scratching and sniffing.
Man,
That's
what I'm saying
grabbing,
is,
Man, you go to
what I'm
jail for that
saying
now.
is,
that's grabbing hold. You talking about different organs.
That's what that
But what
Trump
I'm
act.
saying is, if somebody's supposed to be a woman, man, you always gotta go. You always check. There's nothing more
Now,
distinguished.
Trey Fur, hold on, Trey Fur, but
When
my
something's-
daughter's in nursing school right now. My
When
daughter's in
something's
nursing school
sticking
right
out and it's bigger than yours,
now.
something kind of wrong.
Hey, Trey, my daughter's saying they reconstructing cutting these dicks off and reconstructing pussies, and they look real.
But they can't get no clitoris. So
yes, they can. Hey, Trey, lost in translation. Remember that night, Tommy B? I think you was with us that night too. When we watched that fucking video, how they did that surgery. Shit.
I don't know, and I ain't watching
Man,
that.
look, they cut that dick off and made a clit, lips, nerve endings. You can piss
Pushed
and
it
get
back
fucked.
in like it was a pudding cup.
Yep, had that motherfucker looking like a pudding cup.
Hey,
No surgery, shit.
What's the next panel question?
I swear.
The thing is, they go back to that thing we was talking about, lost in translation, when that woman called a radio station and said her and her husband want to have kids. Remember that shit? Her and her husband want to have kids, she couldn't have none. And she said, well, I forgot to tell him that I was born a man.
And he just kept on trying to have kids.
He trying to have kids, going to the doctor, getting his sperm checked and everything. And ain't nothing wrong with him. She was born a fucking man. Got the dick cut off, had the complete surgery, got the breast and everything.
That's
grounds. That's a paternity fraud.
That's asking to be for a homicide. That's asking for you don't do that. There's stuff that you just don't do. That's one of those things.
And you know, the fact that the doctors ain't told him, which is his husband / wife, that your wife used to be a man.
Lost.
Come on, man. The doctor's in on it. They ain't even tell him.
This type of stuff causes active shooters. You don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't see the way out. I would love to find a follow up to that story because
I wouldn't.
He probably killed that hoe.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, dude. Because also not on that in that type of story. But you remember that bailiff for that law for that judge on TV with the red hair, the white lady with the red hair, what's her name? Anyway.
That's Judy, I think.
That wasn't Judy. It was the other one with the red hair.
I don't know.
God damn it. What's her name? She did People's Court.
Million.
Well, anyway, remember her bailiff, that big ass black dude? Remember that dude that was in the courtroom? He said, yeah, and my wife cheated on me and she's gonna pay. And he looked at the black dude. He said, you look like your wife be cheating on you too. He said, what are you gonna do with your wife cheating on you? 6 months later, they arrested him for murdering his wife.
I remember that story.
The bailiff nigga murdered his wife 6 months later.
Wow.
For fucking around on him. And old boy called that shit. He's like, you the type motherfucker wife be cheating on him. What are you gonna do? Crazy, boy.
Crazy stuff.
Killed our ass.
When I was in
Hey, that was in Texas, wasn't it?
Yes.
Houston, I think.
Yep.
What y'all doing in Texas, man?
Man, Texas was some other shit, boy.
You know, they drinking that Rio Grande river water. That's what the problem is.
I was
Florida just as wild.
Yeah, I was on a Preston show, right? We had a question about, what should a man do when his woman fucks him over and it's time for him to leave. And my theory is that the first thing a man needs to do is get in the cut as soon as he can with another chick. Not a relationship, just get some ass to ease the tension, right? And she said, that's crazy, therapy. I said, well, for some men, getting some pussy is therapy. I said, you can't have men walking around pining over fucking chicks because they get dangerous. men who are, if a guy is all fucking out of his mind over a chick, that's when it becomes dangerous. I think that, if everybody who takes some shit out on a chick is because she left him for whatever reason and he can't get over it. I said, well, the first thing you need to do is get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass. And then, you might fall in love with her, but just go ahead and take the edge off. So, you're not rejected by every woman in the world, just the one and then every day gets a little bit better. Every day gets a little bit better. And she didn't like that theory, but I said, that's the theory. I tell motherfuckers that all the time. Yeah. Get yourself some new ass. Just do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to fall in love, but just get over that fucking ache. Because, man, nothing more pathetic than a man pining over a chick. That's what I think.
When I was
that late in the midnight hour.
No, I mean,
it's a bad theory, maybe, but that's just a theory I carried with a long time. I carried a lifetime of that shit. Man. That's why I keep my woman. I don't feel like pining over her ass. She just got to stay. You trapped for a whole marriage. Till death do us part, baby.
You had that chick in the chamber waiting. You know what I'm saying?
But it's true. I mean, like I said, I had 9 years when I wasn't, married. So 9 years. My sex life was 9 years in terms of free sex life was 9 years. Then I got engaged and all that other shit was over. But I learned a lot of lessons, man. And that 9 years were action packed, man.
Action packed. I was stuck in a Rambo movie.
And like I said, it's just off the kind of topic a little bit, but. And I felt like I was nothing compared to some of my frat brothers, man. They were lining them up and knocking them down 2 a day. I was never like that, but shit. On reflection, man, I ain't do that bad.
No, I'll say this, though. You can say everything, everybody's a tough guy and the women's ain't worth nothing. When it's a great woman you rocking with and it ends and it hurts, man.
Yeah.
And it has a recovery period. I've been in love multiple times and something go left, or I'm damn the reason. Not no crazy stuff, but having this person and I'm at this super high, and then some reason it's over. It hurts.
So how did you handle it?
One time, I thought I was gonna marry it. I thought I had me a special one. The one who went to LSU. Got me this one. I'm ending up marrying this one, and it ain't work out. I tried to hurry up and go get me a good one. Truth is, all I did was carry more pain and chaos into this. And the next 2 women I met were actually solid, decent chicks. But I was insane. Scared them away too.
Should have did like our pains is. Go on, get you another one, man.
Yeah,
get another one, but I was out of there. I had
our thing saying don't have no attachment to nobody. Just go get your little 20 in the front, 40 in the back, however you want to do it. Just go and get it knocked off, and you know.
Now, an actual
So
woman
Scam,
that
how
you
old
don't
were you? I'm sorry. How old were you doing those relationships?
30. That was 33.
Oh, not long ago, huh? Was
I'm
that your
old.
first time? When was your first time that you felt like you was in love?
That time.
Oh,
That
wow.
time.
Oh man.
Yes.
Okay. So that's some years later.
Yes, I was real young, man.
No, the thing, vagina, they all have one. And a lot of them are willing to hand it over. That's not that big of a deal. But this is a person I was thinking I'm gonna marry. Like, I really want this person. It wasn't just some vagina that could replace that.
I hear you.
You was in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, you know what? Listen, we kind of joking, but I don't think on these panels we talk about losing, this love for men, because we don't really get into those spaces. Because it happens to us at different ages. I was 19 when I fell head over heels for this chick. And I think part of my recovery is because I was so young. And I had some merciless frat brothers who wouldn't let me stay in that space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but it happens to men at different ages, man. You can fall, but like I said, every man I know who had a girlfriend that it broke up, that he was really for, he goes through some shit, man. And I've talked many of men off the ledge. Ledge being a figurative term, man, because they lost a girl. This shit's getting into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
I wasn't on the ledge. I wasn't on the ledge because it was a good experience. So it wasn't no sugar meat Sanders over there knocking it. It wasn't stole my car. It was nothing like that. It just didn't work. So I wasn't carrying all kind of baggage, chaos, and warfare. It wasn't like that.
She. I he just said he was took that to relationship. So, would you consider getting married again today?
I beg your pardon?
Who?
You.
I never been married.
No, I said, would you consider? Well, okay. So in that case, would you consider getting married today?
Yeah, I'm not red pill.
Well, I'm just, every man. I wouldn't listen, man.
I don't hate women's. I like women's.
I've been on both sides. I like our pain. Was in that I'm in love phase as a teenager, and my mother was the one that sort of snapped me out of it real quick. I thought me and my girlfriend was doing way too much in high school. We was doing way too much. It wasn't a toxic. We wasn't like we were fighting or anything. Like we was just doing too much. We was doing too much. I learned a lot.
Some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
Yeah, but my mother talked me off the ledge, and this was all before I graduated high school.
You gonna be able to live that one down, player.
That's it. There's nothing more comforting.
Hey, I looked up at BMU and I winked at him. I was like, "You already know." You was gonna get got.
Yeah.
You don't know how this thing work by now, R-Pain.
Pause. What you say? Pause. You said you gotta be used to how this thing work now. Wait on.
You don't know how this thing work now.
Oh my God!
What you say around here?
One more time,
Barbara. Get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
You always got some ass somewhere.
The toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of.
Do is get into some nice, soft, pillowy piece of ass.
It's the montage for me, man.
Look at him.
I gotta give you an updated version.
Oh, but I knew I had to. Well, as soon as you said it, Lost looked at me and winked once. I got to get her.
I gave him that wink and that nod.
Yeah, that's it. Damn it. My mind. I said, damn it. I gave this fucking guy another one.
You already knew what was up.
Yo, black man.
But why you say pillowy? Is that a word?
It was getting to some nice soft pillowy piece of ass.
Yo, black man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some Dustosphere.
Yeah, bro. I pulled it up the other day. And played it for
Y'all be
these niggas.
saying some stuff, man.
Bro.
DT told DL Saint, next time you cut me off, I'm gonna cut your ass off.
Why?
What?
What y'all be coming up with in the Dustosphere, man?
Well, man.
It was a big
when I did
chick
Raw
with a
B,
big
boy,
booty. You
Raw
said
B was the funniest one.
Oh yeah, Raw B is
When I
crazy.
did Raw B.
Big booty. You said her booty was the mayor of Alaska. I was laughing and broke character and everything.
You did. Hey, Scam, I'm gonna tell you when you broke character the worst. I was at football practice coaching the boys. And I said, I got the kid right here. And I pointed the camera to the African kid on my team. Boy, everybody on that bitch broke character. There was a Nigerian kid on my football team, bro. And they said, how does the kid look? And I pulled the kid to the side at practice and turned the camera on. Boy, hey, I'm telling you, Scam damn near pissed on himself. Boy, that shit was hilarious, boy. Oh my God.
That was some funny stuff.
That was some funny stuff, boy. Because even Robbie sent me a $20 cash app and said, you did that shit.
Funniest of all the Dustosphere was when Jedi Mike did Auntie J.
Man, and rest her soul. Damn, she died.
Man.
Yeah, she died. Who else we lost?
Brother Clarence.
Yeah, Brother Clarence. Yep.
Matter of fact, they was doing a tribute to Brother Clarence on Bolo. And I sent them that clip. And they had never seen it. And they was cracking up. JT doing Brother Clarence.
Yeah, because I think I still got Brother Clarence in my stuff. Oh, let me see. Where is it? I think I still got him in here.
Oh man, Memphis beat Dallas. I think it's
they did.
Yeah.
Where is Brother Clarence?
Yeah, Morant.
Oh, there you go.
Get out of here! Just get out of here! And F you! Just get out of here!
JT had that laugh down.
Man, JT had me laughing my ass off.
Fellas, I'm gonna step away for a second.
Oh no, we finna go anyway. We finna go. Hey man, thank y'all for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for holding it down our pain till I got home, brother. Scam like it. Good to see you, man. Trey Ferrick, man. Enjoy your time with your son, bro. That's the most beautiful thing you could ever do in life. Is spend time with family, man. So
for sure.
I appreciate you guys for coming, man. And I'll see you guys on next week, man. Y'all have a good night.
Good to see you, Scam. I haven't seen you in a while, man. All right, gentlemen. Later.